community.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT.
You are listening to Mount Marty University Baseball on KYNT, Yankton's home team and the flagship station for Lancer Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Dakota Beverage, Lewis and Clark Ford, Fairfield Inn and Suites, and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Foreman Tours, Sherco, Pizza Ranch, Parker Hannafin, Gerstner Oil, The Meat Lodge, Marlowe Woodward and Huff, Core Trust Bank, Aztec, Runza, The Move Group, Avera.
Now we go live to the action.
At Sherman Field in Lincoln, Nebraska, the host side of the Concordia pod of the GPAC tournament, we are rolling day 2, a game already in the books, still 2 more to be played here at this site. My name is Tehl Tanner. You're listening to Mount Marty Lancer Baseball postseason coverage today on KYNT. The Lancers fighting their way through the GPAC tournament. This is day 2. We just saw game 3 of the Concordia pod in front of us as Concordia and Dakota Wesleyan, the 2 teams that won yesterday, did battle a moment ago, and Concordia surged, man. I tell you what, it was I think a 12-1 victory in 7 innings, mercy rule for Concordia, so they've punched their ticket to Friday already. Concordia is going to be 1 game away from a tournament championship game appearance on Monday. The right to face them will be decided somewhere around the next 7 hours of baseball. In front of us right now, we've got Mount Marty versus Morningside, the 2 teams that took losses in the day yesterday. Mount Marty to Concordia 4-1 in a late night final there. It was Dakota Wesleyan defeating Morningside on the other end in the first one, and the final score of that is Morningside was down late. I think it was 12-2 entering the 9th inning, and Morningside surged. Ended up being 12-9, a late run, putting up, I think, 7 runs in that 9th inning. Just wasn't quite enough. 12-9, the final. Dakota Wesleyan did get that victory. Morningside and Mount Marty both falling in the opening day, which means this, in a double elimination tournament, is an elimination game. One of the 2 teams here in front of us, their season will be ending sometime in the next 3 or so hours. First pitch at 3 o'clock for this one in Lincoln. 58 degrees right at the moment. Feels like 47, however, as different from yesterday. There's wind today. Yesterday we had just about as good a baseball weather as you could have hoped for. Mid to high 50s with no wind. It was a beautiful day. Today we got about 15-mile-an-hour winds coming in out of the south on this field at Sherman Field in Lincoln, Nebraska. That is going about left to right, from about third base towards right field, you can say. Not exactly a perfect cross breeze, but certainly blowing to the right side of the field. So for the left-handed hitters, might have a little bit of an advantage here today. On this pregame show from Coors Light and Miller Lite, remember to drink responsibly, by the way, we're going to speak with the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers a little later. We're going to go through the starters for both teams, take a look at the pitchers, go through their season stats, and we're going to take a much closer look at Mount Marty and Morningside, 2 teams that know each other very, very well, as they had 4-game series last season, a 4-game series. This season they met twice in the postseason last year, and now they're meeting in the postseason again in 2026. These are teams that know each other very, very well, and we'll talk about that up next. You're listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450, Mount Marty Morningside, GPAC Baseball Elimination Game of the GPAC Tournament, the first one of the Concordia pod. Up next, first pitch at 3 on KYNT.
What if your next big adventure isn't out there on the road? What if it's already waiting right at home? That kitchen you've been dreaming of, extra room to grow, or the family trip you've pictured long ago. Your home's equity can fuel it all when your plans become a must. Explorers Credit Union, built steady, built for us. insured by NCUA. Call 800-491-4309 and put your equity to work for you today.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless cocktails. Less is more.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to. Long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service. And even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
Stop in and see what's new this spring at Lewis & Clark Ford in Yankton, where a new season means a new way to drive forward. Whether you're shopping for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, or scheduling service and maintenance, we're here to help make your experience easy and enjoyable. Whether you're upgrading your ride or keeping it running strong, it's all in one place at Lewis & Clark Ford. Stop in at 4th and Capitol or visit us at lewisandclarkford.com. Lewis & Clark Ford, the deals you want, the Ford you love.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories, like Brett on the way to his wedding when a flat tire left him stranded. The clock was ticking, his bride waiting. He made one call, and a Les Schwab service truck was there to save the day. Brett was back on the road and off to say I do. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires, our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
Having guests coming to Yankton for area graduations? Well, the two best choices are easy, the Fairfield by Marriott and the Holiday Inn Express. Enjoy comfortable rooms, free breakfast, gathering rooms, pool, and more. With graduation season coming up from Mount Marty, USD, and Yankton High School, rooms are filling fast, so don't wait. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or the Holiday Inn Express in Yankton to lock in great rates and stress-free reservation changes.
All right, back here on that pregame show from Coors Light, Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly. Let's look into the history of Mount Marty and Morningside, as this is going to be the 11th meeting between these teams in just over 340 days. They had a massive amount of games against each other in the last 2 years. So it started off as our Runza rundown rolls through. If you're on the run, make it Runza. Runza gets you your fast food fast so you can get going. Runza's burgers, fries, onion rings, salads, chicken, and desserts. So it started last season, 2025, on the 23rd of April as a 4-game series began both teams' final series of the GPAC regular season. They had ended up playing in Sioux City for the first day, in Yankton for the second day, the Friday-Saturday doubleheader, with Morningside taking all 4 of them, all 4 of those games in favor of the Mustangs. And then just 5 days later, they end up meeting in the postseason, and a postseason where in the front end, in terms of the front office staffs for these two teams, know each other very well and ended up being very friendly with each other because Morningside earned the 2 seed in the GPAC tournament last season but did not have a field to host on, so they actually asked Mount Marty to co-host the tournament with them. So the GPAC tournament last season, the Morningside pod, was played in Yankton, and in that pod, they met twice. They met on the 30th of April in the first round of that GPAC tournament as the 2 and 7 seed. Mount Marty got the upset. 8-5 was the final score in that opening round of the Morningside pod. Lancers were able to get that win, then get another win the very next day, punch their ticket to that championship Saturday in the pod championships, where they met Morningside. Again, Morningside fought their way through the bottom of the bracket all the way back, making it to that Saturday, the pod championship, to see Mount Marty. And Mount Marty again won in the postseason, and that last win on the 2nd of May ended up ending the Morningside season. 8-6 was the final there. So they ended up playing 6 times last season. This season, they met another 4 times, once again, recently, just on the 16th and then the 18th of April, just 2 weeks ago. These two teams had a 4-game series, and For the second year in a row, Morningside swept the regular season, all 4 games in favor of the Mustangs, just as it was last season, and they're meeting again in the postseason, just as it was last season. But will the result be the same? Lancers ended up winning both of the postseason games last year. Morningside trying to fix that and get some postseason wins here this season. Try to avenge that loss last year as Mount Marty knocked them out of their own pod, ended up advancing to the tournament championship game. The scores of the 4-game series this season: 10-5 Game 1, 4-3 in Game 2. Those were the 2 played in Yankton. And then in Sioux City, 16-4 Game 3. Morningside controlled that one. And the final meeting, the last one out, 11-10. Morningside defeating Mount Marty in a high-scoring affair. 21 runs and a 1-score game. Morningside with the victory. That's your Runza Rundown. If you're on the run, make it Runza. Runza gets you your fast food fast so you can get going. Runza's, burgers, fries, onion rings, salads, chicken, and desserts. Take a look at our weather conditions today, once again, by Parker Hannafin. It's day 1 of your new career. Parker Yankton has immediate openings for all production positions, offering newly increased wages, 13 paid holidays, and some of the most competitive benefits in the area, all beginning on day 1. Learn more at parker.com. Here in Lincoln at Sherman Field, a neutral site in this Concordia pod once again, down in Lincoln. 58 degrees, feels like 47 as today. The wind is blowing in from the south at about 15 miles an hour, gusts at about 20. So it feels like 47, 58, partly cloudy skies overhead. We'll take another break in the pregame show from Coors Light and Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, start rolling through the stats. We still got to talk with the head coach of the Lancers. We got to look at the starting lineups and tell you all about the 2 pitchers that we're going to see to start this game. Back in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Mount Marty Lancer Baseball in the GPAC tournament on KYNT.
The easy way to travel is to let Foreman Charters do the driving. Here are some upcoming tours. In June, head for the hills and the famous Medora musical. See the Grand Canyon and other Southwest National Parks in July. Marvel at the glorious colors with the New England Fall Foliage Adventure at the end of September, and kick off the holiday season with a trip to Branson in November. For more on Foreman Charter Tours, go to foremanbus.com.
The Sherco exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any Sherco electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
It's game time at Yankton Pizza Ranch. Whether you're celebrating a win, in between games, or just hungry after practice, our buffet is stacked and ready. Hot pizzas, sweet desserts, and the country's best chicken. There's something for every fan at the table. Make it a winning day at Yankton Pizza Ranch, serving daily 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Did you ever hear that termites only swarm to feed and mate during the springtime? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. While they do swarm to mate in the spring, termites eat wood 24/7 year-round. In fact, termites cause an average of $5 billion in property damage every year, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at Parker.com.
Those are the sounds of loyal companions looking for a new home and family. The Heartland Humane Society has dogs and cats looking to become a new member of your family, ready for adoption today. Every animal available for adoption is vaccinated, spayed or neutered, microchipped, and dewormed, saving you over $200 or more in vet care while giving you a loyal friend. Come visit all available animals at 3400 East Highway 50 Yankton or online at heartlandhumanesociety.net.
All right, back here on that pregame show from Coors Light Miller Lite. Start taking a look at the stats for these teams. I was just handed lineup cards, so we know the starting lineups and the two starting pitchers. We can roll through them here in just a moment. And if you follow these two teams, it's kind of exactly who you were expecting to throw, knowing who went yesterday and who's coming up today. But first, let's go through both teams' game yesterday, as once again, both of these teams did take losses, and this will be an elimination game. For the Lancers, they played the host of this pod, Concordia, the 2 seed in the GPAC tournament this season. And a pitcher's duel, close game throughout this one. 4-1 ended up being the final. Concordia took a 1-run advantage on the very first pitch at the bottom of the first inning over the right field fence. It was put a towering home run and the 20th of the season for Bronx Lewis. Lewis ended up scoring 2 runs, the second in the 5th. 3 runs go in the 5th. For the Bulldogs, they have a 4-0 lead after 5. After that, for the Lancers, they bring out a pitcher that was just throwing incredible. Tony Suarez came out, and the stats that he put up were incredible. Put up zeros in 4 consecutive innings to give the Lancers a chance late in the game. Suarez ended up with 8 strikeouts in 13 batters faced over the next 3 1/3, ending that 5th and then the 6th, 7th, and 8th as well. For the Lancers, they were able to put up 1 run in the 8th, had a chance at more, but an incredible play from Bronx Lewis, throwing in from right center, able to throw Jalen Owens out at home on a double play to end the bottom, or to end the top of the 8th. Lancers couldn't quite get it going in the 9th, fall 4-1. They did have 10 hits in the game, but only 1 earned run in that one. Concordia's defense played very, very well. For Morningside on the other end, Dakota Wesleyan did get the win there, 12-9. And as we talked about, Dakota Wesleyan really had a strong advantage. After 5 innings, it was 10-4 was the score. 10-4, Dakota Wesleyan over Morningside, the Mustangs. 6, 7, and 8, all zeros for both teams until we got to the 9th. In the top of the inning, Dakota Wesleyan as the road team and the lower seed put up 2 runs, and they have a 12-4 cushion is what it was. 12-4 going into the 9th. Morningside puts up 5 runs in that 9th inning. They're able to put up 9 runs total, but come up just short of a pretty miraculous comeback. 12-9 was the final score. Morningside falling to Dakota Wesleyan. And Morningside, in terms of arms, they threw out Cade Nolan yesterday and Zach Neer. Only 2 pitchers were able to burn. Nolan threw 104 pitches, Zach Neer 83. For the Lancers, the pitchers yesterday, it was Palmer Jacobs who got the start through 4 innings, 66 pitches. Aiden Anderson came in only through 2/3 inning. It wasn't his best performance, only 24 pitches. But the other end of that is Anderson could still be available for the Lancers throughout this tournament. And then Tony Suarez came in and once again had 8 strikeouts, 12 and 13 batters faced through 57 pitches. Those were the arms that were burned yesterday. As we turn now to the stats, brought to you by the Meat Lodge. If you want top quality meat at great prices, head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake, Highway 52, as we take a look at the 2 starting pitchers today. For the Lancers, Caden Harris going to get the nod. The junior is going to make his 9th start of the season and his 10th appearance. He has 3 wins to 4 losses, a 4.95 ERA. He's thrown exactly 40 innings this season, allowing only 23 runs in those 40 innings, 35 strikeouts, and a 7.88 K per 9, a 148 whip as well to go with that 4.95 ERA. On the other end for Morningside, it is Kai Purdy Burton getting the nod on the mound, as you kind of expected with Morningside, knowing the arms that they have. Kai Purdy Burton, a pitcher that has thrown against the Lancers a lot over the last couple of years. He knows this lineup, and the Lancers know him. As we talked about, this is the 11th meeting in just over 340 days. These teams know each other well. Kai Purdy Burton, a 4.14 ERA, 5 wins to 1 loss this season. This will be his 13th start of the year. 58 and 2/3 innings pitched, 32 runs given up in those 58 and 2/3 innings, 55 strikeouts to 18 walks, and an 8.44 Ks per 9. That 4.14 ERA again for Kai Purdy Burton. With that, let's take another break. We'll come back in a moment, and we're going to speak with the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers and Josh Tygro. Back after this, you're listening to KYT.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get moving.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
When it comes to insurance, clarity is everything. At Vision Insurance Group, they cut through the fine print so you know exactly what's covered and what's not. From home and auto to life, business, and long-term care, their experts design plans that fit your needs and your budget. Serving South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska, visit VisionInsuranceGRP.com for your personalized quote. Vision Insurance Group, protecting your future so you can live in the vision.
Let's go to our coach interview now from Sherco. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. I spoke with head coach Josh Tygro last night after the loss to the Concordia Bulldogs about that loss, what they take away from it, and this Morningside team. Let's go straight to it. Here's head coach Josh Tygro from last night. Coach Josh Tygro of the Lancers now joining me. A tough game, coach, against a very quality opponent in the Concordia Bulldogs, a team you know well. 4-1 was the final, but man, what a fight, especially those last two innings where you're able to bring in a run and nearly get some more and more baseball to be played tomorrow. So what do you take from this into tomorrow?
Yeah, we fought hard. Their pitchers were really good. But we, towards the back end of that game, we definitely got some guys on base and put some pressure on them, which was good to see. And we always fight. That's a big part of who we are. And I'm proud of that for sure. We're just a swing away from, could have been pretty interesting there.
So, Coach, when it comes to performances, I got to shout out Tony Suarez for just a moment as he came in and got 8 of 13 batters struck out. He had one heck of a day there to give you a chance late in that one, and that was good to see.
That was really good to see. He pitched really well, kept him off balance and really hit his spots, had a really nice outing and kept us in the game.
Let's go to tomorrow then, Coach. Morningside, a team obviously you know very well. A 4-game series with them last season. Then you meet them multiple times in the postseason. You end their postseason run. Then this season you meet them a 4-game series again. Now you're back at it in the postseason. This has been one heck of a couple of years for you. So you know this team well. They know you well. How does that change things?
Yeah, this time of year, anything happened. Just look at our conference today. Just so many crazy games and outcomes, and really you can throw everything out of the window. It's every game is going to have its own little story, and we got to come tomorrow and kind of do what we did this game of just fighting as hard as we can on all the sides of the ball, keep competing in the batter's box. Pitchers today, they did a really nice job, competing and giving us a chance to win. If you give up 4 or less in a game, you're always going to have a nice chance at the end. So we got to bring a little bit of that to tomorrow, and I think good things can happen for us.
So what do you think you need to do to kind of get those bats moving? The pitch and work today, as you said, holding a team like Concordia to 4 in order to get those bats moving against Morningside. What needs to happen tomorrow?
Yeah, we got to get some to fall, and we strike out a little less. Again, tonight's arms for Concordia were really good. They've got a really good staff, one of the best staffs in the country. We did put some good swings on them, throughout the game, though, had some hard contact. And, sometimes when you get out but you hit the ball hard, that's a little bit of the game, too.
And we're going to have to interrupt that interview, the last few seconds of it, as the first pitch of this game is rolling now. First pitch and 1 out. The Lancers start things off. We are rolling 5 minutes early, but we are underway. So the leadoff hitter, Cade Yasui, for the Morningside Mustangs, just stepped off, up a left-handed hitter, put it down the right field line, brought in by the first baseman for the Lancers, and he's able to tag the bag. That is 1 up, 1 down on the first pitch, and we are underway. Another pitch coming 5 minutes early. Strike one looking for Connor Maston. We are rolling here in the GPAC tournament. So we'll roll through our starting lineups here in progress. These brought to you by Foreman Charters. Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. See upcoming tours at foremanbus.com. For the Lancers, once again, Caden Harris on the mound here for this ball game. We'll roll through the Lancer defense, but first the batting order for the Mustangs. As we just saw Cade Yasui ground out to the first baseman. This is Connor Maston, the center fielder, who's taking pitches. He's got a 1-2 count for the moment. Romani Perez is on deck. Jacob Odell, Michael Snyder, Jackson Bunkers will be the 4-5-6. Sam Wilt will be your 7th batter. It'll be Luke Froelich batting 8th. And 9th will be Kentaro Felton for the Mustangs. Time taken by the batter for just a moment here as we keep rolling through the Mustangs. Kai Purdy Burton once again will be on the mound in the bottom of this inning. The Lancers going to be the home team in this game. Mustangs the road. Battle between 7 and 3 in terms of seeding in the GPAC tournament. 2-2 count now after a ball misses high for Harris there. So that is the batting order for the Mustangs. As we started early here in Lincoln. 2-2 pitch. Grounder to the third baseman. Brought in by the Lancers. Throw over to first. Good play for Gio Galvin, who is on third. With 2 outs on the board, 2 up, 2 down. That'll give us a moment to go through the Lancer outfield. Caden Harris once again on the mound. And the whole defense. Liam Forsyth once again playing catcher here today. First base is Cooper Molnaric. Second is Daniel Vonnegut. Over at third is Gio Galvin. Your shortstop is Tyler Vance. Out in left is Corbett Freeman here, who will bat in the 9-hole. Center field, Jalen Owens, and in right is Ethan Sinovic. So the only change to the 9 is Corbett Freeman will be back in the order playing left in place of Logan Boone. 0-1 pitch coming for Romani Perez. First pitch fouled off. And this one up high, towering fly ball going out towards shallow center field. Jalen Owens comes up to make the catch, and that is 3 up, 3 down for the Mustangs. We go to the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a break. We'll come back here in another 30 seconds and keep rolling. You know what? Let's just keep it right here. As we started early, we got a few things to talk about at the start of this game. We'll keep it right here throughout this break. The Lancer batting order incoming as we keep rolling through our starters. For the outfield for the Mustangs, it'll be Kai Purdy Burton, who's running out there right now. He'll be towing the rubber in this ball game for the Mustangs. Behind home plate, it'll be Felton, Kentaro Felton, out of Buckeye, Arizona, will be the catcher. At first is Wilt. Second base is Romani Perez. Jacob Odell will be over at third. Your shortstop is looks like Jackson Bunkers. Out in left is Cade Yasui. Center field, Connor Maston. And in right field is Luke Froelich. That is the Mustang defense. For the Lancers, the batting order, similar to yesterday, only changed once again the 9-hole batter at Corbett Freeman. So the 1-2-3, Tyler Vance, Jalen Owens, Daniel Vonnegut, Cooper Molnaric, Drew Reichen DHing, and Liam Forsyth, your 4-5-6. 7-8-9, Ethan Sinovic, Gio Galvin, and Corbett Freeman. Mustangs went 3 up, 3 down in the top of this inning, and the Lancer batting order now walking up. So once again, Tyler Vance is going to be starting things off for the Lancers. And that is our starting lineups by Foreman Charters. Let the Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. See upcoming tours at foremanbus.com. Remind you of Kai Purdy Burton's stats before we get to Tyler Vance. Purdy Burton, a 4.14 ERA, 5 wins to 1 loss. This will be his 13th start of the year. 58 and 2/3 innings pitched, only 32 runs given up, 27 of those earned, and an 8.44 Ks per 9. He has 55 strikeouts and 58 and 2/3 innings pitched. And here's Tyler Vance now, the shortstop for the Mount Marty Lancers, and their leadoff hitter, who had a decent day yesterday, ended up going 3 for 4 in plate appearances. 2 singles, a walk to 1 strikeout last night against Concordia. First pitch, ball from Kai Purdy Burton. Next pitch fouled off by Tyler Vance, working right. So Tyler Vance, as I'm still filling out my lineup cards here, batting first. Playing shortstop as we are just hitting 3 o'clock. Started a few minutes early. Out towards center field, a deep shot from Vance will be brought in a few feet in front of the gravel warning track here at Sherman Field in Lincoln. So the Lancers' leadoff man will fly out to deep center. Bring up Jalen Owens now, the center fielder himself for the Lancers. I had a long talk with Jalen Owens earlier this week on the Lancer Locker on at KYNT. If you want to hear that interview, YouTube KYNTV, the Lancer Locker from Monday. Owens and I talked about just everything in his life, including his future and his favorite memories with Mount Marty, and of course, this tournament. First pitch ball he'll take. Owens, a tougher day yesterday. Only 1 hit came in the 8th, and once again, he was part of that final double play caught at home to end the 8th inning. Lancers fell to Concordia yesterday, 4-1, the final score. Foul ball back into the net there, 1-1 count. Owens will face. After the Vance fly out to center, 1-1 pitch coming now for Purdy Burton. High fly ball again. Lancers hoping this will get out. The first baseman took a few steps toward it. It does get out of play. Lancers got unlucky a couple of times last night with those high foul balls coming down in the playable area. Deep in foul territory, but Concordia able to get a couple of outs off of those. 1-2 pitch now incoming for Owens. One-two pitch for Kai Purdy Burton. That one's going to be a hit, and Jalen Owens is on first to start off this ball game, and nobody on second for the Lancers, and Lancer fans should know what that means. Jalen Owens, after that single, has 47 stolen bases on the season. I believe that should be his 54th hit of the year. Jalen Owens currently sitting at 4th in the entire nation in terms of stolen bases this season. 47 is incredible, and caught stealing only 5 times. Out towards right field, the next pitch is going to drop in front of the right fielder. Daniel Vonnegut will get himself a single as well on the first pitch. Little advance, Owens to second. Vonnegut will take first, and that brings up first baseman Molnaric. So Molnaric now with Owens in scoring position, and the Lancers getting rolling early. We're in the bottom of the first, 1 out. The Vance leadoff fly out to deep center. Molnaric takes a nasty curveball inside, barely missed the zone. Looked like that was going straight for Molnaric for a minute. Found its way back in, but still missed barely. 1-0 the count. 1-0 pitch now. That one found the zone. 1-1 count. So 1-1, 1 down, and 2 on for the Lancers in the bottom of the first. Lancers did put up a 0 in the top of this inning. Out towards right field, this one driven. It's going to be brought in. Owens going to try and take third. He will slide in easily, and runners on the corners now with 2 outs for Mount Marty. Molnaric flies out to right. So Drew Reichen will now step up for Mount Marty. Batting fifth today, the DH. Reichen had a good day at the plate yesterday. His first 2 appearances, both base knocks. In the second and fourth inning against Concordia, and Concordia's high-powered pitching staff went 2 for 4 yesterday. So Drew Reichen now with runners on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch from the lefty Kai Purdy Burton. Grounder to the third baseman, fielded clean, throw to first. Can't beat out the run, and the Lancers are going to leave 2 on. Reichen grounds out to the third baseman, and that'll do it for the first. And it's kind of the story of yesterday. Lancers were able to get 10 hits against Concordia, but only 1 run. They left a lot on the base paths, and that's how they start this one as well. 2 on for the Lancers. As we go to the second inning, 0-0 the score. Back with Caden Harris in the Lancer defense in 60 on KYNT.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more, all at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, bison, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. The Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake on Highway 52. For more, call 689-3000 or go to themeatlodge.com.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC. FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
So Caden Harris back out on the mound for the Lancers. We're ready to roll for the second inning of play. First pitch of the second coming. Breaking ball just missed inside. It's Jacob Odell, fourth in the order, will lead off the second inning. Morningside went 1-2-3 to start off the ball game. All contact, couple of ground outs, one to the first baseman, one to the third, and the final out, Perez, flying out to shallow center. 1-1 count now for Odell. Odell, the third baseman himself for the Morningside Mustangs, and he's going to get a base hit. Line drive out towards center field, just over the head of the pitcher and over second base. Odell will find himself on first base. And that is the first hit of the game for Morningside. So Michael Snyder now steps up, batting fifth in the order. Snyder now with a man on. Let's start going through some of these base hitting stats for the Morningside Mustangs, as we didn't get a chance to do that right before the start of this game as we went early. But Snyder, the designated hitter here, bats .267 on the year. He has 24 hits and 20 RBIs. A senior for this program, the Mustangs are in the 3 seat in the GPAC tournament this season. Had a chance at one of the top seeds, but the final 4 games of the year, an uphill battle as they had 2 games with Concordia and 2 games with Doane. They drop all 4 of those, and Doane and Concordia end up earning the top 2 seeds. Maybe that end of season couple of losses led to the Dakota Wesleyan loss from yesterday, and now Morningside, who had one heck of a year and throughout the majority of the season was sitting at the top of the GPAC standings, is now finding themselves in an elimination game in day 2 of the Concordia pod of the GPAC tournament. 2-1 count now for Snyder. 1 on, no outs for the Mustangs here. Top of the second inning, Harris from Mount Marty will fire, miss inside, And it's a 3-1 count. Harris now down in the count. A ball throw away from putting 2 on and no outs in the second. Grounder passed out second, going towards right field. And back-to-back singles to start off the second inning for the Morningside Mustangs. Snyder will get his 25th hit of the season. Jackson Bunkers now stepping up. This is the shortstop for the Mustangs. Bunkers, 284 batting average, 38 hits, 27 RBIs, and he has a chance at more of those right here. This will be 135th at bat of the year. And he's looking to bunt. Showed bunt, pulled it last second, ball throw from Harris. Low and away throw. Dropped by the catcher for a moment. Lancers able to go grab that. It's Liam Forsythe again playing catcher for the Lancers. Held the base runners. 2-0 the count here for Harris. Our game today courtesy of Ben's Brew Station, the official watch party location of KYN TV with 16 TVs and all the refreshments you need. If it's on KYN TV, it's on at Ben's. Found the zone there. 2-1 count now for Bunkers. Runner in scoring position for Morningside. Lancers need to get the first out of the inning right here. Runners are going to go. High shot out towards left field, and runners might have to come back. Corbett Freeman will make the catch in the warning track, and because the runners were so far gone, they're not able to advance. As far back as that was, Morningside probably would have been able to get from second to third there. But untimely luck for the Mustangs will return the batters. 1 out on the board. Still on first and second are the Mustangs. And Corbett Freeman, who we haven't seen out and left recently. Logan Boom claimed that spot for a while. Freeman back out here. Freeman's been courtesy running for the catcher Forsythe of recent and has been stealing bags on bags, including a couple last night. High shot out towards right field again. This time it's Sinovic who will make the catch on the run and hold the runners as well. In shallow right, he was ready to fire over to third if Odell would have moved. So now there's 2 down, back-to-back flyouts, 1 to left, 1 to right. And that'll bring up Luke Froelich now with 2 outs on the board. Still 2 on and a runner in scoring position, but the game changes a little now. Froelich, the right fielder himself, takes the first pitch outside from Harris, ball 1. So Luke Froelich going to have a .211 batting average, 57 at-bats on the year, 12 hits and 14 RBIs. 1-0 pitch from Caden Harris coming. He's checking the man on second, now fires, swing and miss, and going to one knee after that swing is Froelich. 1-1 count. One pitch. Grounder this time going to be brought in by the third baseman Galvin, and he is standing right on top of third base as he makes the catch in the grounder, and the runner Odell from second is just out at third. Force out there. So after the fielder's choice, Lancers end up putting up the second consecutive 0 to start the game. 0-0 score still after 1.5. Go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be the catcher Liam Forsythe to lead off Mount Marty. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to KYNT.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or Pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Go to the bottom of the second inning on KYNT. It's Kai Purdy Burton towing the rubber for the Mustangs here in the second game for both of these teams. We're in the bottom of the second day, game 2 today, game 4 overall, the Concordia Pod. Concordia has already punched their ticket to tomorrow with a win over Mount Marty yesterday, then a win over Dakota Wesleyan in 7 innings, Mercy Rule win earlier today. These are the two teams that took losses yesterday. They will be fighting for the right to take on Dakota Wesleyan in the nightcap game this evening. Winner of that one will take on Concordia tomorrow. So an uphill battle for both of these teams here. If either of these teams wants to win this pod, they have to win their next 4 games in a row, this one included, as Concordia did not take a loss. Whatever team advances to tomorrow will have to beat Concordia twice. 0-1 pitch coming in this double elimination tournament for Liam Forsyth, leading off the second inning for the Mount Marty Lancers. This is the catcher. He bats 6th in the order. Lancers went through 5 in the first. Did have 2 singles hit by Owens and Vonnegut, their center fielder and second baseman, batting 2 and 3 in the order, but they did end up leaving them both on. They were on the corners when the inning ended. 1-1 pitch coming for Forsyth now. Burton fires, outside throw again. Forsyth, a .213 batting average on the season. Yesterday, he had 2 singles and 1 in the 9th as well to give the Lancers a chance, but a double play right after that ended that ball game. 2-1 pitch. Went up top for that one. 3-1 now after the ball. Three-one count now coming for Liam Forsyth. Forsyth out of Castro Valley, California, and he'll be walked. The 3-1 pitch will miss, and the leadoff man is on for the Lancers. Ethan Sinovic now coming up. Liam Forsyth and Ethan Sinovic, they actually switched spots in the lineup from yesterday. Sinovic batted 6th, Forsyth 7 yesterday. They switched, Forsyth 6, Sinovic 7. Galvin will still be in the 8th spot for Mount Marty. So here is that freshman right fielder, Ethan Sinovic, who's had one heck of a freshman season, and he's going to lay down a bunt here down the left field line. He's got a chance to run this out, and he did. He got there in time. Ethan Sinovic with a perfect bunt advances the runner, and he's safe at first. Gio Galvin now up for the Lancers. Galvin with runners on first and second. First pitch will find the zone. He was showing bunt for a moment there, pulled it back. Galvin yesterday had 1 hit, 1 walk. And here's a shift as the Lancers were showing bunt again. Galvin pulled it back. Galvin's out of Brentwood, California. A 169 batting average, showing bunt again, and there is the bunt. Runners will advance, throw over to first. Galvin is out. But the sacrifice bunt will put 2 in scoring position for the Lancers. And here comes Corbett Freeman batting in the 9 hole. And once again, haven't seen Corbett Freeman in a little while, as normally he's been courtesy running for the catcher, but he's back in the 9 today, out in left field. Corbett Freeman in his at-bats has had a good season. 245 on the year and 106 at-bats is his batting average. 26 hits, 19 RBIs for the left fielder. First pitch right down the middle, looking for ball 1, or strike 1. 0-1 count now with 1 down and runners on second and third for the Lancers. Foul ball on the next one there. So an 0-2 count with 1 down. By the way, Willis Robertson is out there courtesy running for the catcher, Forsyth. And there's the strike, swing and miss for Corbett Freeman. And that is number 3. So Freeman will strike out in his first at-bat of the tournament. And we go back to the top of the order. But now 2 outs on the board, 2 on for the Lancers. High throw upstairs for Purdy Burton to start it off for Tyler Vance. Vance led off the bottom of the first for the Lancers, the usual leadoff man. He flew out to deep center. Vance now with a chance to bring in a run or 2 here. If he can get himself on first. Runners on second and third, and Willis Robertson again leading off a third. Didn't get a chance to talk about Vance at the top of in the first inning. Did not go around Vance there is the call. So a 2-0 count with 2 down. That was certainly close to going around. Ruled he did not in favor of the Lancers there. So 2-0, 2 down. Tyler Vance, a 369 batting average on the year, 65 hits, 56 RBIs. Those are all the highest on the team in every category for Mount Marty. And now a 3-0 count. A walk here would load up the bases with Jalen Owens on deck. And there it is. So 4 pitches, 4 balls for Kai Purdy Burton, but to be honest, that's not the worst thing for the Mustangs, is now with 2 outs, every bag is open, every bag available to get that final out on any infield contact. And Tyler Vance, as I just said, the best hitting stats of any Lancer, so you avoid him. Jalen Owens, however, no slouch. Jalen Owens back up after he hit the first hit of the game back in the first inning. First pitch, he'll put it down the right field line. It does go foul. So we'll do it again. 0-1 now the count for Owens, a 331 batting average. He has 54 hits, including the one from the first inning. 23 RBIs on the season, and he can give the Lancers the lead if he can hit a single, any sort of a hit here. The 0-1 pitch, Owens outside, make it ball 1. One count, 2 down. Bottom of the second, bases loaded for Mount Marty. This is Jalen Owens at the plate. The senior out of California, swing and miss. Now he's got a 1-2 count. Kai Purdy Burton has a chance of getting out of this inning. Two outs on the board. Mount Marty needs Owen to find something here. The 1-2 pitch now coming with the bases loaded. Got it up in the air, but it's going to hang up too high, and then caught by the shortstop. Out number 3, Owens will fly out to the shortstop, and the Lancers leave 3 on. That is now 5 left on base through the first 2 innings combined for Mount Marty. As we go to the third, 0-0 is your score. Caden Harris back out on the mound. We'll be back in another 60 seconds. You're listening to KYNT.
Before the Lancers play,
after the game, or maybe even while watching it here. Enjoy authentic flavor at RV Grill House and Sports Bar.
We're American themed and feature handcrafted dishes and daily specials with an amazing selection of beer and spirits. Enjoy burgers, steaks, wings, and ribs, sandwiches, salads, seafood, and plenty of HD TVs.
Authentic flavor,
family driven,
and a memorable atmosphere.
Join us at RV Grill House and Sports Bar next to River Rocks Event Center on Broadway in Yankton. Go Lancers!
Life moves quickly, especially with a busy family. At Winston Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, we understand the importance of planning ahead. Funeral pre-planning is a thoughtful way to ensure your loved ones are cared for, no matter what. You can make decisions now that reflect your wishes, easing the burden on your family later. Because taking care of your family means planning for their future. Visit winstonrayfuneralhome.com to learn more.
All right, back here for the third inning now on KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450, Mount Marty Lancer Baseball on this Thursday afternoon. First pitch strike from Caden Harris as the 9-hole batter for the Mustangs leads off the third. Kentaro Felton catching for the Mustangs here in this ball game. So first pitch strike from Harris. 0-1 pitch, grounder to the third baseman. Galvin able to bring it into the glove. Throw over to first. Had plenty of time and a good throw. Galvin, the 5-3, ground out to start off the third. Pitch inside the next batter. We're back at the top of the order. Cade Yusui, we didn't get a chance to talk about him very much at the beginning of this game as we started about 5 minutes early. And Yusui was out after the first pitch. He put it down the right field line, and it was brought in by the first baseman who tagged the bag right away. So Yusui, after he just took a ball there, a 1-1 count, has a .358 batting average, 38 hits, 24 RBIs in his senior season. Yusui, the leadoff man for the Mustangs. This time, a little hopper over to the second baseman, Vonnegut. Easy throw over to first, and the Lancers will get him out. It's a little closer than it probably should have been. Vonnegut took a little bit of time there, but did get the throw in time. Yusui had a little burst of speed there and nearly ran that one out. But 2 outs on the board for the Lancers. Connor Maston will now step up. Maston puts it out and towards shallow right center, and it'll drop. Kind of in no man's land there between the second baseman, the center fielder, and the right fielder, all converging on the same spot, but all about equal distance away from it when it dropped. And 1 on now for the Mustangs. Romani Perez stepping up. Romani Perez bats third in the order. He's the second baseman himself. He flew out into center. And that ended the first inning. That was his first at-bat. First pitch inside from Caden Harris. Perez, a .377 batting average on the year. With a minimum 10 at-bats, he does lead the Mustangs in batting average. He also has 55 hits and 52 RBIs, leading Morningside in both categories there as well. Throw over to first, not going to pick off the man. Actually, he surrendered the hits lead to Jacob Odell back in the second inning. Odell, with that single, got himself 56 hits on the year, so Perez's 55 is now second on the Mustangs. See if he can even that up here. 1-0 the count, make it 1-1 for Caden Harris. Caden Harris, again, that .495 ERA, 35 strikeouts in 40 innings, allowing only 23 runs in a complete 40 innings pitched coming into today. And 2 zeros put up to start off this ball game. We're in the top of the third with 2 outs on the board and 1 on for the Mustangs. Romani Perez with Connor Maston on first at the plate. Righty pitcher, righty batter. Breaking ball found the zone there, looking 2-2 the count. Two balls, two strikes, and 3 outs now. That one, no. Just got a piece of it, looks like. Swung and just got a piece of it for a foul. It went down and it went into the catcher. May have actually clipped the umpire for a moment there. I saw Forsyth jump up and check on the umpire, but the 2-2 count will remain after he just clipped a piece of that to stay alive. Another foul ball here down the left field fence will keep the count at 2-2. Still 2 outs and 1 on for the Mustangs. Our game today, a courtesy of Les Schwab Tires. For tires, brakes, alignments, and more, visit Les Schwab Tire Center in Yankton. Get more from Les. Out towards center field, this one going to be driven deep. Jalen Owens near the warning track will make the catch, and that will do it for the top of the third, and the third consecutive 0 put up by Caden Harris and the Lancers. Back in another 60 for the Lancer Bats. 1 left on for the Mustang. Bottom of the third we come. It's Daniel Vonnegut to lead off for the Lancers.
Hey, we know an auto accident takes a bite out of your life. You hear that sickening crunch and it's instant stress. Who do I call? What will insurance cover? How long will this take? How much will it cost? Well, relax. You found Abra. Rest assured, the friendly Abra professionals will make your experience easy and hassle-free. They'll help you repair your car so you can get on with your life like nothing ever happened. Contact Abra today. Locally owned and operated by Northtown Automotive, North Highway 81.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Runner Rockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
It'll be Daniel Vonnegut to lead off this third inning on KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. We'll have coverage of every Mount Marty Lancer baseball game throughout this tournament. Elimination game here right now with Morningside. After 2.5, 0-0 still the score. Both teams with 3 hits. No runs. Kai Purdy-Burton on the mound as we go to Daniel Vonnegut now, who did hit a single back in the first inning, ended up getting to second base by the time the inning ended. First pitch strike to start off the bottom of this third. For the Lancers, Vonnegut a .347 batting average, 58 hits and 47 RBIs, and that one going to be an HBP. That is the first of the game for either team, and that'll put the leadoff man on first for the Lancers for the second consecutive inning. Liam Forsyth led off the second, and he was walked to get on base. Now the Lancers, once again, have had multiple hits, but at the end of the first 2 innings combined, they have left 5 on. Bases were loaded when the third out came in the bottom of the second, had 2 on in the first, and back-to-back hits, back-to-back missed throws for Kai Purdy-Burton here. He's going to hit Cooper Mulnerick as well. Give a gift to the Lancers on back-to-back pitches. The Lancers have 2 on and no outs now. And the head coach for the Morningside Mustangs, Adam Boovey, out to talk with the official here. And I think he might be a little upset saying the Lancers are crowding the plate, or might have lunging into it as he's making lunging motions. Hard to say, but now the officials are going to talk about this one. So we'll see. For the moment, Molnaric stands on first. Molnaric has been walked the most of any Lancer batter this season. He has 37 walks. That one in HBP, of course. And it looks like there's not going to be any change. So after the back-to-back HBPs, it'll be Drew Reichen to step up with a runner on first and second. Molnaric, that is the 16th time he's been hit by a pitch this season. Vonnegut, it was the 7th. First pitch strike against Drew Reichen. Reichen was the final out of the first inning. He had a 2 on as he grounded out to the third baseman. 0-1 pitch incoming for Reichen. He's going to show bunt here, and it goes down the left field line. Runners will advance. Reichen will be thrown out at first, but runners on second and third now for the Lancers. The Lancers didn't do a whole lot of that last night against Concordia. Concordia did a good job of not letting them have situations to do it, to be fair. But the Lancers playing some small ball early here, throwing down a lot of bunts, advancing runners, trying to get runners in scoring position, and now with 1 out on the board, runners on first and second. And here's Liam Forsyth. Forsyth's first pitch, swing and miss for the senior. Forsyth once again out of Castro Valley, California. And the Lancers really wanting to find that first run. As we talked about, through the first 2 innings, they've left 5 on. And here's a floater going towards foul territory, and the first baseman will bring that one in. And the throw-in came in right away, which held Vonnegut at third. Didn't quite get out far enough to bring in the run. Now that's 2 outs on the board, and the Lancers, for the 3rd consecutive inning, are in danger of leaving multiple runners stranded on the base pass. 2 outs on the board as Ethan Sinovic will step up now. That one caught in foul territory by the first baseman, Wilt, for Morningside. First pitch, Sinovic. He's going to put that off the bat into his own ankle. He'll go down a little bit of pain there. The freshman going to get up and try and walk that one off. That's why you wear the ankle guard on that lead foot. 2 outs on the board. Sinovic already has a hit as he had a perfect bunt down the left field line in the 2nd inning. He was the 2nd batter up. Forsyth was walked to get on, and then he bunted to advance Robertson, Sinovic's courtesy runner, and he ended up beating out the throw. Grounder this time going to the shortstop. If Sinovic can beat it out, a run will come in, but he cannot. And for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Lancers leave multiple runners stranded on the paths. That is 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 in the third as well. At the end of 3, 0-0, the score stands. As we go to the 4th, the Lancers have left 7 on base through 3 innings. The good news is they're getting them on. They just got to finish it off and get those runners home. Back in 60 seconds for the 4th. You're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
Recently, a woman came into the UPS store to make some color copies of her product. As we were finishing up, she asked if we could help her design and print graduation announcements for her daughter. The answer? Of course we can. At the UPS store in Yankton, we've been helping families with everything from basic copies to beautifully customized graduation announcements. Come see us at the UPS store in Yankton today and let us help make your special occasions even more memorable.
Dreaming of a green lawn this summer? Kopetsky's Ace is your place. Start with the Scott's 4-step lawn program, delivering the nutrients and weed control your yard needs for that lush, healthy look. And right now, Ace Rewards members save on Scott's products and skip the mowing altogether with a Crest robotic mower. It automatically cuts your grass on a schedule, keeping your lawn perfectly maintained and gives you more time to enjoy it, not work on it. Smart lawn care starts here. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
almost exactly 45 minutes into this ball game. 0-0 at the end of 3. We go to the fourth inning of play. It's Jacob Odell. That's fourth in the order. The cleanup hitter will lead off his second inning. He led off the second with a single. Was eventually stranded on the pass, and he will lead off this fourth as well with a strong hit out to deep left field. Corbett Freeman will bring it in. Back near the warning track again. Odell with a long fly out to left. So one pitch, one out. And that'll bring up Michael Snyder now, the designated hitter for the Mustangs, who also got on the base paths earlier in this game. Back in the second, it was back-to-back singles for the Mustangs to get those two on. Snyder 267 on the season. He just got his 25th hit, looking for 26 here. Nobody on and one out, second batter of the inning. It'll be Jackson Bunkers on deck. First pitch missed from Caden Harris there. It's a 1-0 count now. Harris, grounder this time. It's going to go into the glove of the shortstop, but a long throw over to first as Vance was on a full sprint going to his right away from first base. Throw on the run, and the runner gets there first. So Michael Snyder will beat out the run, and the Mustangs have one on here in the fourth. Jackson Bunkers back up. Flew out to left as well over to Corbett Freeman out there. Back in the second inning. He'll be batting sixth in the order for the Mustangs. First pitch will find the zone from Caden Harris. Bunkers a 284 batting average. 38 hits, 27 RBIs on the year. Jackson Bunkers yesterday in 4 at-bats did have 1 hit, 1 RBI, and this one going to be driven deep out into left center field. Very deep. Owens on the gravel warning track will make the catch. Both teams with deep shots early, but nothing getting out. And 2 outs now. That'll hold the runner as well as Owens makes the catch and gets the throw in quick. Runner stays at first, and 2 outs on the board. So Sam Wilt now, the first baseman, will approach the batter's box for Morningside. Sam Wilt was walked once yesterday in his lone plate appearance. Ended up scoring a run. Morningside brought him all the way around. Sam Wilt now in the starting 9 here as the first baseman takes first pitch from Caden Harris. 2 outs on the board. Runner on first for the Mustangs. Pitch inside there, ball. Sam Wilt, right-handed hitter in the box. 2-0 count, make it 3-0. That missed by Caden Harris. Harris has had a good game so far. The Lancer in and outfield putting in a lot of work. No walks or strikeouts for Harris. Pitching to contact so far, but it's worked out. There he'll find the zone, 3-1 count. 2 outs on the board again. Lancers trying to go to the bottom of the 4th inning in a decently quick-moving ball game. 0-0 so far. Swing and miss. It's strike 2 there for Sam Wilt. And we got a full count pitch coming. An early 3-0 count. Harris then back-to-back strikes. First looking, second swinging. And a full count pitch with 2 outs coming. And a runner on first for the Mustangs. Sam Wilt bats 7th in the order. There's the pitch, and he will be walked. Wilt will take first, and that's 2 on now for the Mustangs. And the first walk of the game by Caden Harris. Luke Froelich now comes back up. Froelich, that right fielder, grounded out into a fielder's choice. There were runners on first and second. He hit it straight to Gio Galvin at third base, who just tapped the bag and ended the inning. Left 2 on. First pitch low outside from Harris there after the walk. 1-0 the count. Foul ball off the bat here, 1-1 count. Luke Froelich did not see the batter's box yesterday in the loss to Dakota Wesley in Morningside, trying to shake things up here, get some fresh bats in. Froelich with a 1-1 count now, 2 outs. Throw over to second. They got a chance at him and will get him. The pickoff to second. Had way too long of a lead, did Michael Snyder. By the time he was able to get back to second, the throw was there. Caden Harris with the pickoff at second, and the Lancers will finish off the top of the fourth. 1 left on for the Mustangs. Back here in 60 seconds for the Lancer bats. That's 3 outs. Back in another 60 on KYNT.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care. Whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Bottom of the fourth will go on KYNT. Kai Purdy Burton again on the mound for the Morningside Mustangs. We've had 7 consecutive zeros put up by these two teams combined. 0-0 after 3.5. Lancers coming out. It'll be Gio Galvin, who bats 8th in the order, to come up and have a plate appearance here. Gio Galvin had a sacrifice bunt in the second to advance runners. The story of the game through the first 3 innings for the Lancers is leaving batters on. They have left 7 batters on base through the first 3 innings. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and the bases were loaded when the third out came in the second. 0-0 the score. Lancers have been right on the cusp of adding a lot of runs, just not able to bring them home before out 3 comes in. So Gio Galvin takes ball 1 from Kai Purdy Burton to start. That is pitch number 41 by Kai Purdy Burton, by the way. 1-0 count for Gio Galvin here. Caden Harris on the other end for the Lancers, 46 after 4. This is entering the fourth for Kai Purdy Burton. There's pitch 42. Lancers have 3 hits, 2 walks as a team, and 2 HBPs as well off of Kai Purdy Burton. The 2-0. Out towards right field. Galvin hits this one straight to the right fielder, and he will make the catch. Out and right, Luke Froelich took about 5 steps backwards, backpedaling for it, and brings it into the glove. That's 1 up, 1 down for the Morningside defense. And we go to the 9-hole batter, Corbett Freeman, who was struck out in the second, to be the second out of that inning. Corbett Freeman playing left here today. He's going to try to bunt, fouled it back into the net behind him. Freeman, a .245 batting average in his junior season and a .333 on base percentage. Didn't start the game at left yesterday, but he's had plenty of work this season. He has played in 46 of the 49 games, and this is at bat 108 right here. 1-1 count with 1 out on the board. Kai Purdy Burton will fire the 1-1. Miss inside. 2-1 count now for Corbett Freeman. Freeman, a guy who, when he gets on the base paths, is very dangerous. He's sitting at 4th in the GPAC conference in total stolen bases, tied with 3rd with Boyle out of Midland with 21 each. 2-1 pitch coming out towards right field. It goes right past the second baseman who got up in the air for it. Rounding first and going to second, Corbett Freeman. Not a great decision, and he's going to be thrown out at second. It was a short hopper from Corbett Freeman out and towards right center. And it looks like Freeman might be hurt as he slid into second. Wasn't a great decision to round first and try to take second, and now as he slid into second, might have had some awkward contact with either the second baseman or the bag itself, and athletic trainers coming out to check on the young man. Freeman, a junior out of Stockton, California, had a great hit there, but thrown out at second. He is up, and he's going to jog off the field. Certainly a good sign there. A little scary situation, but he's jogging off looking okay. But that will be now 2 outs. So 2 outs on the board here as we're going to go back to the top of the order. A bad decision by the Lancers there led to the second out. And Tyler Vance will be stepping back up. Vance has had a very good season. Once again, leading the Lancers in almost every batting category in average, RBIs, and hits this season as the leadoff hitter. Vance went 2 for 3 with a walk yesterday against Concordia. First pitch ball on the outside here. Vance was walked last at bat. That was back in the second. Before that, the first leadoff hitter, he flew out to deep center. 1-0 pitch coming for Vance. Senior shortstop for Mount Marty. Foul ball. There, goes off his ankle, and it's 1-1 with 2 down. Our game today, a courtesy of Core Trust Bank, helping you achieve your personal and business goals. Core Trust Bank, raise your expectations. Member FDIC. Sends that one out towards left field. Vance going to have another single here. He'll stand on first. Now with 2 outs on the board for the Lancers, Mount Marty will get one on. Tyler Vance over the head of the shortstop out towards left. So Jalen Owens now back out here. Hit a single in the first inning, ended up getting all the way to third base, but was left on in the second. He was the final out of the second. With the bases loaded, he flew out to the shortstop. Owens, curveball from Kai Purdy Burton there. Strike looking to start off the at-bat. 0-1 pitch for Owens now. Vance on first. Throw at him over to first. Vance safe. 0-1 count. 2 down. That one right into the glove of the pitcher. Oh my gosh. Kai Purdy Burton will get the out number 3 of the inning and a big smile on his face as he walks to the dugout. Owens put a grounder straight toward him, turning his back, and somehow it goes into the glove. Kai Purdy Burton grabs it, throws over to first. Owens is out. What a play from Kai Purdy Burton to end the 4th inning. Lancers leave one on once again. Go to the 5th now, 0-0. Our score back in another 60 with Caden Harris on the mound for the Lancers on KYNT.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Go to the fifth inning on KYNT. Lancers Mustangs 0-0 the score. Elimination game on KYNT. High foul ball. Molnaric, the first baseman, getting underneath this one, and out is Luke Froelich to lead off the fifth inning. One pitch, fly out in foul territory to the first baseman there. Luke Froelich, tough couple at bats. He grounded into a fielder's choice to end the second inning and now leads off the fifth with a fly out to the first baseman. That'll bring back Kentaro Felton, who grounded out to the third baseman, the 5-3 putout to lead off the third. Now back out here for his second trip into the box. Caden Harris once again on the mound for the Lancers. First pitch, ball on the inside. Felton, the catcher here for the Mustangs in this ball game. Another ball from Harris, 2-0 now the count. Kentaro Felton, a .353 batting average, batting in this 9-hole. Strike throw there, 2-1 count. But a .353 batting average, .443 on base percentage for the 9-hole catcher. Outside throw. 3-1. There's one out on the board, nobody on. Once again, we're sitting right around 58 degrees here in Lincoln with about a 15-mile-an-hour cross breeze going from left to right. Strike swinging there. The pitch dipped at the last second underneath the bat of the swinging Felton. Full count pitch coming from Harris. Went low again. Swing and miss. Strike three. And Harris gets out number 2 of the inning. And that will be his first strikeout. So Harris has faced 18 batters through 4 2/3 to this point. 53 pitches. He's allowed 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, now 1 strikeout as well. And we're back to the top of the order. Here's Cade Yasui back up. First pitch, ball from Harris, 2 outs. Yasui has had contact on both of his first 2 plate appearances, a ground out to the first baseman and the second baseman, the left-handed hitter. We talked about this in the pregame. Left-handed hitters could be a little dangerous here. It's about a 15-mile-an-hour wind at surface level blowing from left to right, but you get up in the air a little bit, it'll push balls out over the right field fence. Left-handed hitters going to be dangerous here with the current conditions. The 2-0 pitch. High and outside again. Caden Harris down in the count here. 2 outs on the board. Yasui has hit 3 home runs on the season to go with 38 hits and 24 RBIs. And a walk. 4 pitches and a walk there for Caden Harris. But 2 outs on the board. Still have a chance to get that out 3. It'll be Connor Maston to step up. That's the second walk of the game by Caden Harris. 4 pitches and a walk there. Was trying to bait Cade Yasui on the outside, it looked like. Yasui just was taken all the way. Maston now the center fielder for the Mustangs coming up to bat. Maston a .356 batting average on the year. He has 1 hit. That was back in the third. He also grounded out to the third baseman. This time, foul ball down the left field line. So 0-1 the count after the first pitch for Maston, fouled off down to left field. Pitch outside there, 1-1 count for Caden Harris. Daniel Vonnegut will be leading off for the Lancers in the bottom of this inning when we get there. 2 outs on the board for the moment, 1 on for the Mustangs, and a 1-1 count here for Connor Maston. Batting second in the order. Out towards left field. This one's driven deep. If it stays fair, this is going to be dangerous. It does stay fair. Way out and left. Corbett Freeman able to get there quick enough. Sometimes those ones get dangerous. They go away from the left fielder, but the wind that time might have played a factor as it kept it in play. Didn't get out on that left field line, but it also made it to where it didn't bounce away from the left fielder. It bounced to him instead. Freeman able to grab it and hold the runner at second. So, runners at first and second after a deep shot out towards left field for Connor Maston. Freeman with a good recovery. Harris checks the man on second. Swing and miss. Romani Perez, who has back-to-back flyouts to center field in his first 2 at-bats. Jalen Owens catching both of those. Romani Perez, the second baseman for the Mustangs, here with a man in scoring position. It's Cade Yasui, the leadoff batter, who is on second. Third in the order is Perez. Foul ball. That's going to give him an 0-2 count. So Harris now a strike throw away from ending the top of this 5th inning. 0-0, the score stands for the moment. Oh, 2 pitch now. 2 on, 2 down for the Mustangs. Got a piece of it. It's going to drop out in left field in front of Corbett Freeman. They're going to send the runner, and 1 run comes in. The RBI single for Romani Perez, and this game is no longer 0-0. Mustangs strike first. It's 1-0 in the top of the 5th inning on KYNT. Head coach Josh Tykrow coming out to talk with his infield here. Still 2 outs on the board, but runners on first and second. Damage done in the 5th. 1-0 the score. Morningside now with an advantage. Our game today a courtesy of Dakota Beverage. Whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, always remember to drink responsibly. As well as our mound visits brought to you by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway. Call 605-665-1222. I had some Pizza Ranch earlier this week. Went for the Bronco Pizza myself. That's always a good one. 2 outs on the board. Tykrow, after a quick talk with his infield, will come back. And we're ready to roll again. Caden Harris stays out there. His pitch count now in the low 60s. And that's the first run of the game given up by either team. We're in the 5th. Harris will step off here as Jacob Odell is up to bat. Odell bats cleanup. He has 1 hit in this game and a fly out to left. First pitch for him, inside from Caden Harris. Lancers burned 2 arms yesterday. Palmer Jacobs started the game. And Tony Suarez threw a lot of pitches, 3 1/3. Palmer Jacobs threw 66, Suarez threw 57. That's the total pitches. Strike throw from Harris there. We also saw Aiden Anderson yesterday, but he only threw 24 pitches. Wasn't his best performance, so they had to pull him. But on the other end, Aiden Anderson, who has been a good pitcher for the Lancers in spots this season, with only 24 pitches, we could see him again, possibly today. So that's a good thing there. 1-1 pitch coming. Down the zone for strike 2 looking. 1-2 count with 2 down for Caden Harris. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of this 5th inning. 2 on, 2 down. The pitch from Harris, out towards right field. It's high. Sinovic tracking it, getting underneath of it. Will bring it in for out number 3. Morningside leaves 2 on, but the RBI single from Romani Perez brings in Cade Yasui off of second, and a 1-0 score in this ball game. Morningside on top of Mount Marty here. Back in another 60 seconds. You're listening to Lancer postseason baseball on KYNT.
Looking for quality furniture and mattresses at a great value? Start at Slumberland Furniture in Yankton. We carry leading brands like Lazy Boy, Ashley, Flex Steel, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster with styles and comfort options for every room in your home. Our friendly and knowledgeable team is here to help you find just the right fit for your home and with flexible financing options to help you bring home exactly what you want. Furniture, mattresses, and trusted brands all in one place. Slumberland Furniture in Yankton.
What's on your to-do list? Wouldn't it be nice to have it all go according to plan? With Midco by your side, you can rest easy with a partner that always has your back. Going with Midco gets you not only proven reliability, but an internet connection built to go further, go faster, and go beyond. If you're ready to add more certainty to your day, visit midco.com to learn more. Let's go.
1-0 score after 4.5. Bottom of the fifth inning on KYNT now Morningside. With the first run of the game, RBI single from Romani Perez, bringing in Cade Yasui, who got on base from being walked, and all of that damage in the fifth for the Mustangs, well, all of it being one, but that came with 2 outs on the board. The first 2 batters of the inning were both out. Lancers had 2 outs, nobody on. After that, a walk for Cade Yasui, a single hit from Maston, and then the RBI single from Romani Perez, bringing in Yasui from second to home. Kai Purdy Burton throws the first pitch, bottom of the fifth, for Daniel Vonnegut, ball 1. Daniel Vonnegut has reached first base in both of his first 2 plate appearances. He had a single in the first and was hit his last time out. Grounder this time going to be into the glove of the second baseman on a slide. Throw to first. They'll get it in time. A great play over at second by Romani Perez, who just hit that RBI single, working quick to his left, going down, sliding, brings it into the glove, and then fires over to first, and Vonnegut will be thrown out. Molnaric, who was hit by pitch as well last time out. That was back in the 3rd inning. We'll take a first pitch ball here. Lancers in every inning so far have left at least 1 on base. In 2 innings, they've left 2 on. Last inning, they left 1 on. In the second, bases were loaded when the 3rd out came in. Lancers have left 8 on base so far. No runs, 5 hits, along with 2 walks and 2 HBPs. The Lancers have been getting on and getting around the base pass, but just not getting from third to home. Another high inside throw, and it's 3-0 for Molnaric. Molnaric, a tough zone to hit. 37 walks on the season coming into today. Most of any Lancer. Finding the zone that time, showing bunt on the 3-0 pitch. Try to throw off the pitcher there. Finding the zone was Kai Purdy Burton. So 3-1 count now for the lefty batter. Molnaric, the 3-1. Foul ball. Purdy Burton has battled his way back. Full count now after an early 3-0. Full count pitch with 1 out. High fly ball to right field. This is getting up high. The wind is carrying it. It's back on the warning track, and the catch is made right in front of the fence. Just a little too much air under that one for Molnaric. Nearly got out, but the catch made on the warning track in deep right field. Drew Reichen will now step up. Reichen was the final out of the first. Hit a grounder to the third baseman, couldn't quite beat out the throw. Lancers left 2 on there, and he had a sacrifice bunt advancing runners in the third. This time, foul ball out towards right field. It drops in foul territory. The right fielder dives for it, but not able to get there in time. Still 2 outs on the board. Foul ball off the first pitch for Reichen. We'll do it again. 0-1 count for the junior Yankton native. So an 0-1 pitch, Kai Purdy Burton, the lefty, will deliver here with 2 outs. Out towards left field, Reichen with a single at least. Out towards left field, Reichen's going to turn first and stop before he goes to second. And the Lancers have 1 on. Drew Reichen down the left field line with a good base knock there. So give him a single. And that'll bring up Liam Forsythe now. And 2 outs, 1 on for the Lancers. Liam Forsythe stepping up to bat. Forsythe will start off the at-bat. First pitch from Kai Purdy Burton, outside, ball 1. Two outs on the board for the Mustangs here. Another long ball out towards left field. This will stay fair. It'll hop off the fence and go away from the left fielder. Lancers nearly tried to send the runner. A bad decision. Reichen is going to be out, and that is out number 3. A miscommunication between the third base coach and Drew Reichen. Reichen was trying around third and go home. The signal to hold was late coming in. He tried to get back to the bag, but he was already too far gone, and the throw beat him to third. Lancers might have, should have sent him there. Reichen would have had a better chance at home than third. 1-0, the score will stand. Morningside on top of Mount Marty as we go to the 6th. 1-0 your score. Caden Harris still out on the mound, back in 60 seconds on KYNT.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information. A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
Well, the bottom of the 5th ends after a late call to hold at third came in. Reichen tried to stop, get back to third base, not in time. 9-6-5, caught at third, was Reichen off the double from Liam Forsythe. That'll end up the 5th, and the Lancers once again leave one on base. That should be the 9th man left on base in this ball game for Mount Marty. Every inning they've had at least one. Caden Harris still out on the mound for the Lancers. Low throw to start off the 6th. This is Michael Snyder, the designated hitter, who has back-to-back hits to start the game. Batting 1,000 now in his 3rd at-bat. Snyder, the DH. Yet to get home, however, as he puts a high fly ball to right field. Sinovic, lazy, brings it into the glove. Barely had to move to the right fielder. So 1 out on the board. 1-0, Morningside with the advantage here in the top of this 6th inning. It's Jackson Bunkers stepping up now after the fly out to right. Bunkers, no stranger to deep contact and flyouts himself, both of his first 2 at-bats. Flying out after deep contact, 1 to left, 1 to center. First pitch strike now from Harris. Bunkers yesterday had a single hit and an RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout as well against Dakota Wesleyan. Foul ball. This time, Bunkers off the bat looks like a hit himself. So 0-2 the count, and then came back into play. The Lancers came after it, but I think it went off of Bunkers. Lancers have done a good job on Morningside so far. Only 1 inning they've had more than 4 batters step up, and that was the 5th, where they got that 1 run. Grounder here to short, throw over to first on the run, and a good throw from Tyler Vance. And the 2nd out of the inning. Bunkers will ground out to the shortstop. Sam Wilt now back up. Wilt flew out to right in the 2nd inning, was walked in the 4th, but didn't matter after Michael Snyder was picked off at 2nd right after that to end the inning. Sam Wilt was stranded on the pass. Now back out here. Take ball 1 from Caden Harris. Low throw here. So 2-0, 2 down. And nobody on base for the Mustangs. Once again, we're in the top of the 6th inning here. 1-0 is your score. Morningside on top of Mount Marty, an elimination game here today. Another ball throw missed by Harris. 3-0. Now the count. Caden Harris's pitch count into the 70s now. Here in this 6th inning. The 3-0. And he'll walk him. 4 pitches, 4 misses. Sam Wilt. 2nd consecutive walk off of Harris. He was stranded on the pass last time. Lancers are going to try to do the same thing to him here. Two outs on the board. Froelich now up. Froelich 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice to end the 2nd inning. And flew out in foul territory to the first baseman to lead off the 5th. Now back in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs and 1 on. First pitch ball from Caden Harris. That's now 5 throws in a row that have missed the zone for Caden Harris. That was pitch 75, by the way. Swing and miss at that one. Finding the zone and a fastball and a 1-1 count. Harris, once again, a junior. He's out of Portland, Oregon. Right-handed pitcher that's had a good season for the Lancers. 1-1 pitch coming now. Swing and miss. Got him on the breaking ball that time. The changeup, 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch with 2 down here. Harris trying to finish off the top of the 6th. 1-0 once again. Morningside leads the ball game after 1 came across in the 5th. 1-2 pitch from Harris. Contact. Out towards center. Owens on the run. Makes the catch out in center field. And that will do it for the top of the 6th. 3 of 4 out. Sam Wilt once again left stranded after a walk. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 Morningside the advantage. Lancers have left 9 on thus far in the ball game. Back in another 60 on KYNT.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally...
What?
You know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'?
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Windows down,
fresh air in. Winter officially out. You can feel it across the Midwest. Hoodies replacing heavy coats, patios coming back to life, and that first night you stay outside just a little longer than you planned. Spring's your reset, a chance to shake off the cold, reconnect with friends, and get back to what feels good. And that's where Michelob Ultra fits right in. Light, crisp, and refreshing, perfect for yard games, grill nights, or just kicking back as the sun goes down. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
So 1-0 here going to the bottom of the 6th inning on KYNT. Lancers trailing the Mustangs here. We're in an elimination game down in Sherman Field in Lincoln, Nebraska. A little after 4:20 p.m. We're about an hour and a half into this game. A quick moving one. We're already in the bottom of the 6th after just under an hour and a half. We started at 2:55, approaching 4:25 now. Ethan Sinovic going to lead off the bottom of this 6th inning. Sinovic, his lone hit was on a bunt, ran out the throw in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to end the 3rd inning after that. Hit it straight to the 3rd baseman. This will be his 3rd plate appearance. The lefty freshman bat out in right field comes in, takes first pitch strike from Kai Purdy Burton. Kai Purdy Burton and Caden Harris having a pitcher's duel here. Only one run has been given up. Mustangs have that one. 7 hits for the Lancers, 6 for the Mustangs. And another strike thrown from Kai Purdy Burton. Purdy Burton, that was, I believe, pitch 66 of the ball game. Caden Harris after the 6th is sitting at 78. Entering the 6th, Purdy Burton at 64. The 0-2, outside. Missed on the fastball. Our game today, courtesy of Aztec. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from Rock to Road. First batter at the bottom of the 6th, the freshman Sinovic. 1-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Strike 3. Gio Galvin. Now back up. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd. Flew out to right in the 4th. Galvin had 1 hit yesterday and a walk against Concordia. 3rd baseman from Mount Marty. Took ball 1 on the first pitch there, so 1 out on the board, 1-0 Morningside with the advantage. Bottom of this 6th. Outside again. In a game courtesy of Landera. You may have known them as Dakota Mac. Today, they're Landera with the same great service and more banking options to help your operation thrive. Learn more at landeraag.com. Purdy Burton the pitch. Contact out towards shallow left. It drops in front of the left fielder. Galvin will take first base. The 3rd baseman on first. And the Lancers have a man on as we go to the 9-hole batter. Corbett Freeman. Corbett Freeman. Did get a single, was struck out in the 2nd. Back in the 4th, he hit that single and rounded first, tried to take 2nd off of it. Was ended up thrown out at 2nd. Slid into the bag and had contact with both the infielder for the Mustangs, and the bag itself was down for a moment. A little worried about him. Trainers came out to look at him. He did get up and jog off the field, and it's good to see that he was back out and left right after that, and now he's taken another plate appearance. 1-1, the count for him against Kai Purdy Burton. Purdy Burton now up into the 70s in his pitch count as well. 1-1 your count, 1 out on the board. This is the 9-hole batter for the Lancers. 1 out on the board. Swing and miss at strike 2 there for Corbett Freeman. A hit here would go a long way for the Lancers. We go back to the top of the order on deck. It's Tyler Vance, ready to swing, who has had a good day so far. A 1-2 pitch with one down and one on for the 9-hole batter. Freeman, he'll put it out towards right field. It drops on the line. That stayed fair. It's going away from the right fielder. Galvin will go all the way to third. Freeman to second. There's 2 in scoring position for the Lancers with only 1 out on the board. And we're back at the top of the order. Tyler Vance with a chance to not only tie the game, but perhaps give the Lancers a lead with a good hit here. 1 out on the board. And Galvin leading off of third. Any deep contact should tie up the ball game. It's a big at-bat incoming now. After the double hit from Corbett Freeman. Tyler Vance out here in the 6th. 1 out on the board. Runners on second and third. First pitch, he'll ground it straight to the third baseman, throw over to first, and that's 2 outs. That will change a lot of things here. Vance grounds out to the third baseman and thrown out at first. The 5-3 makes 2 outs. Jalen Owens now steps up to bat, and the Lancers, who once again have left, I believe, 8 on base, according to the online stats. In danger of leaving a couple more on. 2 outs on the board. Jalen Owens with a chance here. Owens has had a tough day. He did have that single in the first inning, but he's been the final out of the second and the fourth innings. Left 4 on base in those 2 outs. Owens now with a chance to tie up this game if he can get on first base. Grounder to the second baseman, throw to first. Owens not going to get there in time. And another 2 left on the base pass for the Lancers. That is now 10 left on base for Mount Marty. 1-0 Morningside leads this game as we go to the 7th inning. You're listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450, KYNT.
I didn't know you did that. We hear that often. This is Matt Hansen with Hansen Briggs Advertising. Our slogan is, for all your printing and promotional needs. I emphasize all because we do apparel, pins, signs, printing, calendars, business cards, custom forms, banners, flyers, drinkware, bulk mailings, and much more. If you have a project, I'm sure Hansen Briggs can help. 1213 West 9th Street in Yankton or online at hansenbriggsadvertising.com.
You can do your own payroll and bookkeeping, but is that really the best use of your time? While you're tracking expenses and balancing spreadsheets, you could be growing your business or actually taking a weekend off. At H&R Block of Yankton, we handle payroll, bookkeeping, and taxes so you can focus on what really matters. Our team keeps your numbers accurate, your records organized, and your time yours again. Let us do the counting so you can do what matters most. Call locally owned H&R Block of Yankton today at 605-665-3366.
So once again, the Lancers leaving men on base. That's now 10 left on through 6 innings for Mount Marty. 1-0 Morningside with the lead. Lancers getting men on, round and base pass, just not able to get from third to home so far in this one, but still 3 innings left to play. We're entering the 7th inning for Mount Marty. It's tough going. In that last inning, in the bottom of the 6th, Lancers had 2 on with 1 out. They had runners on second and third with only 1 out on the board and the top of the order. But number 1 and 2 batters in the order both get out on a couple of ground outs to short and to second. And that ended up doing it for the inning. Lancers leave another 2 on. And now a new pitcher on the mound for the Mount Marty Lancers. This is Jake Stolnak, the senior out of California. And he'll be facing the 9-hole batter, Kentaro Felton. The catcher is first batter of the day. First pitch, ball delivered from Stolnak. Fastball, swing and miss in the next one. 1-1 count here. Stolnak on the season. This will be his 10th appearance. He does have 2 starts, 1 win to 2 losses. 26 and a third innings pitched this season. 40 hits, 34 runs given up, 22 strikeouts to 10 walks, and a 10.59 ERA for the senior, Jake Stolnak. 2-1 pitch coming for Felton as we start off the seventh. Swing and miss at strike 2. Stolnak with a good one there. Our game from Parker Hannafin today. It's day 1 of your new career at Parker of Yankton. They've got immediate openings for all production positions, offering newly increased wages, 13 paid holidays, and some of the most competitive benefits in the area. Swing and miss, strike 3. Stolnak will strike out his first batter of the day. And for Felton, that is now back-to-back strikeouts. He struck out in the 5th and now to lead off the 7th as well. We go back to the top of the order for the Mustangs. It's Cade Yasui, who's out in left field in this ball game. He had 1 walk, and he ended up bringing in the 1 run of this game. Back in the 5th, he was walked to get on, was hit around by a single from Maston. He got over to second base, and then the RBI single from Perez, who bats 3rd in the order, brought him in from second base for the lone run of this game. 1-0 the count from Stolnak now. First pitch, ball. Second pitch, foul ball down the right field line. And it's a 1-1 count now for Yasui. Yasui, once again, the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs for a reason, a .358 batting average on the season. 38 hits, 24 RBIs. Foul ball again, though. We'll put him in a 1-2 hole. Down in the count now with 1 out and nobody on. We're in the top of the 7th inning. With the pitching change now, we can give you the final stats for Caden Harris. Harris threw a full 6 innings, 78 pitches, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, faced 26 batters, only 1 run through 6 innings for Caden Harris. 1-0, the Lancers do trail, though, and Stolnak will get another strikeout. This one looking, and back-to-back Ks for Jake Stolnak to start off his appearance here. And now Connor Maston back up, and Maston's been on a heater. He is 2 for 3 today. He has 2 singles and back-to-back hits. He had a ground out to the third baseman in the first inning, but back-to-back hits in his last 2 plate appearances. 2 outs on the board. Pitch from Stolnak. Going to be low on the first one there from Maston. Maston bats second in the order. He's the center fielder. Maston had a real tough day against Dakota Wesleyan yesterday. 5 at-bats, 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Better day today with 2 singles so far, 1-0. Strike looking there from Stolnak. Stolnak striking out both of his first 2 batters he faces today in the top of this 7th, 1-1 count. Stolnak the 1-1. Grounder to the third baseman off 1 hop. Throw over to first. Galvin on the fast corner making one heck of a play. And a great throw over to Molnaric. And 1-2-3 in the 7th. Go the Mustangs. 2 strikeouts and a 5-3 ground out will do it. We go to the bottom of the inning and the Lancer bats trailing 1-0 as it's time for the 7th inning stretch. You're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayer Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site, fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayer Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayer Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
1-0 Morningside after the 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the 7th inning we go. Lancers scoreless so far, but plenty of opportunities. They have 9 hits and they've left 10 on base. 2 walks, 2 HBPs as well. only 2 strikeouts for the Lancers. They have been getting on the base paths. They have been able to take bases. They've been sacrifice bunting. They've been advancing runners, but just not able to get from third to home so far. If the Lancers can change that, they're going to have a good last couple of innings. It's got to start here soon. Bottom of the 7th. Daniel Vonnegut will step up to bat. He's 2 for 3 on reaching first, and he'll have an infield fly to start things off here. Purdy Burton, or actually it's the third baseman who comes in near the mound and brings in the catch. That's Jacob Odell. So the first pitch for Vonnegut, he'll fly out to the third baseman. Molnarek will now step up. Molnarek has had deep contact twice out to right field, both times flying out in right. Good catches made from Luke Froelich. The one time he did reach first, he was hit back in the third. He was left on second eventually in that inning. Molnarek, first pitch ball he just took. Molnarek had a hit and an RBI, the lone RBI of the game last night for the Lancers against Concordia. One count after a foul now. 1-1 pitch coming, 1 down. Kai Purdy Burton, pitch count now in the low 80s. He started this game here for the bottom of the 7th. Make it a 2-1 count now for Molnarek after another ball throw on the outside. Two-one pitch with 1 out. Outside throw, make it 3-1 for Molnarek. Three-one pitch coming with 1 out for Kai Purdy Burton. Foul ball. Will make it a full count. Kai Purdy Burton's, I believe, 85th pitch. That should have been. Well, maybe 84th. Maybe this is 85. Either way, he's getting into the mid-80s here for the lefty pitcher. And another fly ball. This might be catchable. The catcher getting underneath of it and will make the catch in deep foul territory near the net. And again, the Lancers fly out in foul territory. It's been haunting them all tournament long. It had a couple of those last night and a couple here today against Morningside as well, and now 2 outs on the board. Riken now back up with 2 outs. Drew Riken, once again, the Yankton native. First pitch, ball on the inside from Kai Purdy Burton. Riken did hit a single the last time out in the third, had a sacrifice bunt, in the fifth, had a sacrifice bunt in the third, and grounded out to the third baseman in the first. That's the 3 at-bats for the junior. The one time he reached that fifth once again, it was a good single, but a moment later then, a double hit by Forsythe, and Riken once again thrown out at third. As the late call to stay on the bag came in, he had already rounded it, tried to get back, but a 9.65 to put him out. Riken takes another ball there, 2-1 count, check swing, 2 outs. So 2-1 here. Kai Purdy Burton's breaking ball missed high. Make it 3-1 now, 2 outs on the board. Riken bats 5th in the order. Liam Forsythe, who hit a double the last time out, is on deck. A 3-1 will miss, and Riken again will take first base. He's been DHing for the Lancers in this tournament. Had a decent day yesterday against Concordia with 2 hits. He has a hit here and now a walk as well as Liam Forsythe comes back up. 2 outs on the board still for Mount Marty, but bottom of the 7th, they've got 1 on. going to take a moment here. Home plate umpire holds things up for a moment, and now we're back rolling. First pitch for Kai Purdy Burton in this at-bat outside. He's now in the 90s in the pitch count. And after the walk and his pitch count in the 90s, you got to wonder how long the leash is for Kai Purdy Burton. He's a redshirt senior. He's been here a long time. Morningside has used him in a lot of difficult situations, but now he'll give up a hit. Forsythe will take first. Reichen rounds second, and he'll go to third. Runners on the corners now for the Mount Marty Lancers. A walk and a single in back-to-back at-bats. Ethan Sinovic now stepping up. And eyes on the dugout for the Mustangs. Do they roll with their redshirt senior Kai Purdy Burton, whose pitch count is in the mid-90s in this situation, or does the change come? And here comes the head coach for the Mustangs. Took a moment to make that decision. Didn't come out right away. But you got to assume this is probably the end of the day for Kai Purdy Burton. Runners on the corners. Ethan Sinovic coming up to bat. 2 outs on the board. Lancers just a few feet away from tying up the ball game. Here comes the head coach for the Mustangs, Adam Boovey. And it doesn't look like they're pulling him. A long conversation with the whole infield. Everybody has been brought in. And they're just going to talk things over. So Kai Purdy Burton, whose pitch count is at 92, runners on the corners, and a freshman in the box. They're going to leave him out there. The redshirt senior going to stay out there for this moment. He's delivered for Morningside for years. Once again, this is a guy they've relied on in a lot of crucial moments over the last few seasons. Let's see if he can deliver for him here, or if the freshman, Ethan Sinovic, can start things off strong for Mount Marty and bring in the first run of the game. First pitch, strike on the outside low corner there for Purdy Burton. 0-1 count for Sinovic, 2 outs on the board. Sinovic was struck out by Purdy Burton to lead off the 6th 1 inning ago. 0-1 pitch for the lefty. Lefty versus lefty. Outside throw this time. 1-1 count, 2 down. A big situation here for these men. It's Drew Reichen leading off of third. The 1-1 pitch went low, swung and missed. 1-2 pitch now coming. Purdy Burton, gotta assume if he's able to get this out, it'll be the end of the day for the redshirt senior. 3 outs on the board after 7. Lancers trying to get that one score in. Reichen only a few feet away. The 1-2 pitch for Sinovic. High throw, make it 2-2 now. Went upstairs. We're in the bottom of the 7th here on KYNT. Lancers scoreless thus far. A base hit would likely bring in the tying run here in the 7th. 1-0, Morningside, the advantage. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Sinovic. Purdy Burton fires. Swing and miss, strike 3. Purdy Burton fired up. Lets out a loud yell. Flexing for the crowd. Purdy Burton's day likely done after mid-90s in the pitch count, 97. And he puts up a 0 through 7 innings. 1-0 Morningside with the advantage. Lancers again leave 2 on. That is 12 left on the base pass now for Mount Marty. Back in another 60 seconds. We go to the 8th now. Jake Stolnak on the mound for the Lancers. Back in 60 on KYNT.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless cocktails. Less is more.
So it's coming down to it. 1-0 the score of this game. Mount Marty trailing Morningside. This is an elimination game here on KYNT. We'll take a moment, go over the other scores around the GPAC from today. Hastings did defeat Briarcliff, and Hastings now 2-0 over in the Doan pod. They defeated the 1-seed Doan as the 8-seed yesterday. They defeat the 4-seed Briarcliff now 7-0 today. Hastings, the 8-seed in the GPAC tournament, will advance to tomorrow. Some of the other games from today, it is Doan. Last it was in the 8th. Yep, Doan did beat Northwestern 12-2 final. So Doan will be playing tonight. And the first pitch from Stolnak outside, by the way, to start off the 8th for Romani Perez. And then the other game here from today, it was Concordia beating Dakota Wesleyan. In the top of the 6th, Doan and Briarcliff playing right now. Doan leads 5-2 over in Crete. Stolnak will miss inside again this time. Looking for Perez to lead off the 8th. Stolnak came in the 7th, 3 up, 3 down with 2 Ks in there. This is the 4th batter of the day for Stolnak. 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be ball 3, thrown right down the middle on the fastball. So 3-0 count. And ball 4. All right. So Perez will be walked, and that'll put 1 on for the Mustangs here to start off the 8th inning. It looks like a runner comes in, Ian Thomas. This should be a pinch runner, I believe. Romani Perez playing second. Thomas Jr. out of Clinton, Iowa, coming in to run the bags. 1-0 score, Morningside on top. For the moment, they're 6 outs away. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Lancers are the home team in this one. Jacob Odell, third baseman, just took his first pitch, ball on the inside. Odell hit a single in the second, couple of flyouts in his last 2 at-bats. And he's going to put one up high again down the left field line. It is the shortstop, Vance, who will bring it in shallow left near the line. So 1 out on the board now with 1 on for the Mustangs. And now for Jacob Odell, after that single to lead off the second, he has back-to-back-to-back flyouts. He's had some decent contact, but just getting under him too far. Left, right, and short. The 3. 1-0 score still, Morningside on top of this one. Snyder, the DH. First pitch strike looking. Oh, 1 pitch coming for Jake Stolnak with 1 out on the board. Ooh, well inside that time. Snyder, that barely missed him. Nearly wore that one. 1-1 count, 1 down. Home plate umpire takes time here. And now we're back rolling again. Had a quick word with Stolnak there. 1-1 count. Throw over to first. Not going to get the pickoff. Lancers do have one pickoff earlier. It was Caden Harris, who had a pickoff at second base earlier in this one. They got, and it was Snyder himself who's at the plate. Snyder was picked off at second back in the fourth. Was the second out of that inning. Grounder this time. It's going to be brought in by the catcher, barely in front of home plate. Throw over at first, and that's 2 outs on the board. It will advance a runner into scoring position, however, for the Mustangs. Romani Perez, who started off the inning by being walked on a couple of questionable calls on a couple of decent throws from Stolnak, now leading off of second. It'll be Jackson Bunkers coming up to the plate, the shortstop for the Mustangs. So we'll see what the Mustangs have here. Stolnak has had a good 6 batters work. 1-1 pitch. Ball throw on the first one, breaking ball. 1 out on the board. High ball this time. Bunkers out in shallow left, and it is brought in by the shortstop Vance. Vance catches 2 fly balls out in shallow left for 2 outs, and the third, Michael Snyder, the ground out to the catcher. So that'll do it for the top of the 8th, and we go to the bottom of the inning. Lancers still scoreless, 1-0 Morningside, back in another 60. You're listening to KYNT.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to: long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service and even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
Stop in and see what's new this spring at Lewis & Clark Ford in Yankton, where a new season means a new way to drive forward. Whether you're shopping for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, or scheduling service and maintenance, we're here to help make your experience easy and enjoyable. Whether you're upgrading your ride or keeping it running strong, it's all in one place at Lewis & Clark Ford. Stop in at 4th and Capitol or visit us at lewisandclarkford.com. Lewis & Clark Ford, the deals you want, the Ford you love.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. You're on KYNT. You're listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450. And out on the mound still is Kai Purdy Burton, whose pitch count is at 97. I did expect that was going to be the day for Kai Purdy Burton after the last inning, but he's had a good day's work, has given up 10 hits, but no runs. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's faced 34 batters through complete 7 innings. 97 strikeouts. Gio Galvin will be the first man up. Galvin hit a single in the 6th. First pitch strike from Kai Purdy Burton. That's number 98. The redshirt senior, Purdy Burton, out of Pasadena, California. The 0-1. Foul ball, and it's an 0-2 count now. And Kai Purdy Burton has thrown 99 pitches in this ball game. Number 100 on the next throw. Caden Harris started the game for the Lancers. He threw the first 6 innings. Stolnak has been here for the 7th and 8th. Low throw up outside there, trying to get Galvin to chase. 1-2 pitch. So 1-2 coming. This is the leadoff hitter at the bottom of the 8th. Third baseman for Mount Marty, really needing to start getting leadoff batters on. High outside there from Kai Purdy Burton, 2-2 count. You know, we talked throughout this ball game about how often Mount Marty and Morningside have played. This is the 11th meeting in just over 340 days. 6 times they played last season. This is the 5th time this season. Foul ball again. We'll keep the count even at 2-2. These teams know each other well, and I've had the pleasure of calling quite a lot of Kai Purdy Burton over the last couple of years. He's been here quite a while, you know, a 5th-year senior, redshirt. He's had some big moments against Mount Marty, and he's had a great performance today. 7 straight innings with zeros on the board. Grounder this time. Galvin into the glove of the second baseman. Throw over to first. Can't beat the throw, and that is 1 up, 1 down for the Mustangs. Corbett Freeman now coming up. Freeman hit a double in the 6th. Had a single in the 4th and was struck out in the 2nd, his 3 at-bats there. Now here in the 8th. Ball 1 thrown from Purdy Burton here, 1-0 count for Corbett Freeman. 9-hole batter out in left field. Find the zone that time, Purdy Burton. Lancers, once again, they've really had a very weird day. Baseball can sometimes be just such a weird game. 10 hits, no runs, and I believe 13 left on. Breaking ball. We'll find the zone there. 1-2 count with an out. One-two pitch coming. Foul ball off the bat of Corbett Freeman. Will keep the count at 1-2. Getting late into this one. Lancers needing a run in a big way. Our field conditions again here in Lincoln, about 58 degrees. Cloudy skies have rolled in. 15-mile-an-hour wind. Cross breeze is a foul ball off the bat of Freeman again, this time down the right field line. Cross breeze at about 15 miles an hour. Going from left to right field. Oh, really pushing out from third base to right field. 1-2 pitch now. 1 down for Corbett Freeman. Missed inside there, 2-2. Lancer Baseball today, a product of Rise Fuel, gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel. 2-2 pitch coming, 1 down. Bottom of the 8th, 1-0 Morningside. Check swing, ball, and a full count. Lancers need to get Freeman on. 1 out on the board. Go back to the top of the order after this. It'd go a long way to get your 9-hole batter on first. The full count pitch. Outside, and there is the walk. Lancers have a man on. We go to the top of the batting order now. Here comes Tyler Vance. Vance in 4 different plate appearances. This will be the 5th time he steps into the box. Has reached first twice. Won a walk and a single in a 4th. A deep fly out to center to lead off the ball game in the bottom of the 1st. And a ground out to the third baseman thrown out at first last time he was here. Now in a big moment here in the 8th. Throw over to first and a high throw in an infield error. Corbett Freeman's going to take off. He has a chance to take second here. A throwing error in the infield, and the Lancers have the tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out on the board, and a throwing error goes over the head of the first baseman, and the Lancers, Corbett Freeman, will take second. Freeman was walked They tried to pick him off at first, and a bad throw over the head of the first baseman will put him on second now. 2-0 the count for Tyler Vance, by the way, and his at-bat. And here comes head coach Adam Boovey, and with Kai Purdy Burton's pitch count nearing 115, I think he's somewhere around 113 or so. Gotta assume this is probably the day for the redshirt senior, although I assumed that last time when he was in the mid-90s. There is a man in the bullpen, of course. When you have a pitcher with a pitch count over 100, obviously you're going to have someone in the bullpen, but it does not look like they're going to pull him. And, you know, we do see this in the GPAC tournament from time to time as, once again, you're kind of playing the long game in these. A lot of the time the GPAC tournament is decided by who has pitchers that can go the longest. You save arms to go farther into the tournament. And they're going to roll with Kai Purdy Burton entering this at-bat with 111 pitches, and it's a 2-0 count for the moment. Here's pitch number 114 with Corbett Freeman leading off a second. Vance will take a strike looking. 2-1 count. Tyler Vance has been the best bat for the Lancers this season, leading the team in hits, RBIs, and batting average. 56 RBIs, 65 hits, and a .369 average coming into today. The leadoff man for the Lancers. And he's going to have contact right into the glove of the shortstop. Throw to second. Double play! Double play for the Mustangs, ending the eighth. Vance, a line drive right into the glove of the shortstop. Quick throw over to second. They'll pick off Freeman there too. And a double play ends the eighth. Morningside is 3 outs away from sending the Lancers home here in the GPAC tournament. The Mustangs will try to add a few cushion runs in the top of the ninth, but when we go to the bottom of the inning, Morningside will be 3 outs away. The Lancers gotta find something. It'll be Jalen Owens who bats second in the order, the leadoff bat. We will see Owens, Vonnegut, Molnaric at least. That is the 2, 3, 4 batters in the order. The Lancers have to find a way to put up a 0 in this inning and see if they can tie things up or take the game in the bottom of the next inning. Lancers are going to throw a new pitcher out here for the ninth. It's Aspinall, who the Lancers have relied on to close out a lot of games over the last few years. I spoke with Aspinall. We had a long interview at the start of this season. The senior is now going to make his 16th appearance as we go to the ninth inning. He has started a game this season as well. He's got 4 saves, 1 win, 2 losses, a .762 ERA. 26 innings Aspinall has pitched, allowed 28 runs, 32 hits, has 37 strikeouts to 11 walks. He's averaging 12.8 Ks per 9 and a 165 whip. Aspinall going to be the man out there for the Lancers to start off the ninth, and he needs to put up a 0. We're going to keep things right here throughout this break. From Sherman Field in Lincoln, Nebraska, Morningside, 3 outs away no matter what. They're going to try and add some cushion room. 1-0 the score of the game as we enter the ninth. Our game today a courtesy of Triple Time Rudy's. No matter what you're driving, make sure you're fueling up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're on Broadway in Yankton. As well as Avera. This game brought to you by Avera Health. Visit Avera.org today. My name is Tehl Tanner. You're listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450, KYNT, KYN-TV, YouTube streaming channels as well. And, of course, the KYN-TV app. 1-0 score. First pitch strike delivered looking from Aspinall. And it's Sam Wilt, the first baseman who has been walked in his last 2 plate appearances. Now back here for his 4th trip into the box. Outside throw that time for the right-handed hitter. Aspinall, a right-handed pitcher, by the way. 1-1 count. The 3 guaranteed batters, 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Mustangs. Make it 2-1. Another shot outside for Dahl. Two-one pitch. Low throw there. Make it 3-1. 3-1 pitch coming from Dahl. Swing and miss. Went down to his right knee, did Sam Wilt there. Full count. That was a good throw from Aspen. Dahl baited him into going low for that one. Full count pitch coming. For the leadoff batter of the ninth. Foul ball. We'll do it again. Right back into the net. Full count pitch coming. Brought to you by Mason Schramm and the Move Group. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. Full count pitch. Dahl. Strike call on a low throw. Morningside thought it was going to be ball 4. Sam Wilt had already taken a couple steps in that direction. The strike call and a strikeout for Dahl to start off the ninth. And now we get Luke Froelich up. He bats 8th in the order. 0 for 3, and yep, they are going to go with a pinch hitter here as Froelich has had a kind of a tough day. Once again, 0 for 3. Luke Blackman is the man stepping up, the junior out of Broomfield, Colorado. Luke Blackman has had a lot of opportunities this season, including he's played a couple of times against the Lancers. Luke Blackman does have a 143 batting average. First pitch strike swinging from Dahl. In 56 at-bats, he's got 8 hits and 19 RBIs. Also 3 home runs on the year for Blackman. Missed there to Dahl, 1-1 count. 1 out on the board. We're in the top of the 9th inning. 1-0 Morningside. They're trying to add cushion room right now. The Lancers are the home team in this ball game. They're trying to stay alive. The winner of this game will take on Dakota Wesleyan. Grounder this time. 2 hops over to Vance, the shortstop. Throwing a run to first on a dot. That's 2 up, 2 down. Lancers need 1 more here in the top of the 9th to give themselves a chance in the bottom of the inning. Cannot allow anything from the Mustangs here. And another pinch hitter looks like coming in. And it's Nick Grajeda to come up. And he'll be batting for Kentaro Felton, who is also 0 for 3 and has been struck out in his last 2 at-bats. So another pinch hitter, and Nick Grajeda out of Sun Valley, California. First pitch ball from Dahl. Nick Grajeda, the redshirt junior, a .231 batting average this season. Does have 3 hits and 1 RBI and 13 at-bats this season, but a .421 on base percentage. Been walked 3 times, struck out only once this season. 1-1 pitch now coming. After a swing there, 2 outs on the board. Lancers need to get this man out. This is the 9-hole batter now, the pinch hitter in Grajeda. After this, we go back to the top of the order. 1-1 count. Ball throw there, 2-1. 2 outs. Two-one pitch coming with 2 down for Aspen Dahl. Contact, deep contact, out towards left field, and it is going to be caught by Corbett Freeman out and left. That's 3 up, 3 down. Lancers got the defensive stand they needed, and it all comes down to this. Bottom of the 9th, Lancers get to be the home team here. 3 outs or 1 run to extend the game, 2 to win it. Back in 60 seconds for the bottom of the 9th. 1-0 Morningside on KYT.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories. Like Kate, who was off on a long road trip with her best friend when the dash lit up like a game show. They find the nearest Les Schwab. Turns out they really needed an oil change. It was done in a flash. Road trip saved. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires. Our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
There's a lot happening this summer in Yankton, from fun at the lake to the exciting 250th celebration, riverboat days, and much more. Whether you're planning a weekend escape or have friends and family visiting, book a stay at the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Both hotels are centrally located, just minutes from shopping, restaurants, and all the summer action. For great rates and flexible reservation options, call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express direct.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
And here we go, the bottom of the ninth inning on KYNT. 1-0 the score of this ball game, and it will be Kai Purdy Burton out on the mound for the Morningside Mustangs, trying to throw a complete game, get the shutout and the win. 1-0 Morningside. Lancers have left 13 men on the base pass. They have 10 hits in this game. They've been able to get on, but not round them. The Lancer batting order, we'll see number 2, 3, and 4. It's Jalen Owens. Foul ball off the bat to start off the bottom of the ninth. Once again, the guaranteed three batters, Jalen Owens, who bats second, Daniel Vonnegut, who bats third, and Cooper Mulnerick, cleanup. Oh, 1 pitch. Grounder this time. Brought in by the shortstop off 2 hops. Throw over to first. Owens can't beat out the throw, and it's 1 down for Morningside. 2 outs away from finishing their season are the Lancers. They need to find a way to get a run in. Daniel Vonnegut will now step up to bat. Vonnegut had a single in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the third, but the last 2 at-bats grounded out to second and flew out to the third baseman back in the 7th. And then the 5th before that. First pitch, Vonnegut. Strike throw from Kai Purdy Burton. Kai Purdy Burton's pitch count approaching 120, by the way. That should have been 118 right there for the lefty pitcher. 0-1 throw. Vonnegut. Foul. Making an 0-2 count for Daniel Vonnegut. 0-2 pitch coming for Daniel Vonnegut. He bats third in the order. Second baseman, they need him now. Here's the 0-2. Outside throw, make it a 1-2 count. One-two pitch coming. Kai Purdy Burton. Pitch 121, fouled off by Vonnegut. Surprised Mustangs didn't want to throw in a closer for the bottom of this ninth. They're letting Kai Purdy Burton try and finish it out. Pitch count over 120 at this point. They want to let their redshirt senior throw a complete game if he can get it done. 1 out on the board so far and a 1-2 count for Vonnegut. Vonnegut, grounder to the second baseman. It's not fielded clean. Lancers are going to have the tying run on first base. It bounced off the glove of the second baseman. Romani Perez had a lot of speed on that one, and it just bounced in and out of the glove. Those little pellets on the turf infield might have gave it a weird trajectory as it came in. And Vonnegut is on first. Mount Marty has a lifeline. Cooper Mulnerick now back up to bat. 1 out on the board, the first baseman, lefty bat. First pitch, outside for ball 1. Lancers, 1 run to extend the game, 2 to win it here. Morningside needs 2 outs to get the win themselves. The 1-0 pitch, nope, throw over to first. Vonnegut back in time. Once again, the winner of this game will be taking on Dakota Wesleyan in the nightcap. And the winner of that will take on Concordia tomorrow. 1-0 pitch coming. Swing and miss. That's strike one for Molnaric. 1-1 count now. Molnaric's been a good bat for the Lancers the last few years. In his junior season, he hit .343 batting average so far. 49 hits coming into today. Still sitting there. Swing and miss. It's a 1-2 count. If he can get hit number 50 here, it'd go a long way for the Lancers. 1-2 pitch coming for the junior. 1-0, Morningside leads in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-2 outside, or just high, I think. High and outside, 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board, and the tying run for the Lancers stands at first base. Molnaric himself represents the winning run. 2-2 pitch coming. High fly ball. It's in foul territory. Will it get out? And it will. Hits the top of the awning covering the stands. And Molnaric will stay alive. 2-2 pitch. And we'll stay at 2-2. Drew Reichen, the designated hitter, is on deck if Molnaric can advance Vonnegut into scoring position here. The 2-2, nope, throw over to first again. Vonnegut back in time. Kai Purdy-Burton, his pitch count over 125 right now. That left arm of his is going to feel like jelly tonight, but he just needs 2 more outs to throw a complete 9 and give the Mustangs a win. 2-2. Swing and miss, and that is strike 3. 2 down. And the 128th pitch of the game for Kai Purdy-Burton is going to be his 4th strikeout. A strikeout on pitch number 128, and Morningside is 1 out away from sending the Lancers home. And it is Drew Reichen, the designated hitter, in the box. The first pitch for him. He's going to put it up in the air. It's high, out towards center field. It needs to drop, and it won't. It's caught out and right. That's 3 outs. And the Lancers season will come to a close. 1-0 the final to Morningside in the GPAC tournament. And a complete game thrown by the redshirt senior Kai Purdy-Burton for Morningside. 129 pitches. Did allow 10 hits, but no runs. A shutout. Faced 41 batters. The Lancers unable to get a run across. They left, I believe, 14 batters on base today. For Mount Marty, a heartbreaking end to their season. Morningside will get their revenge after the postseason loss to Mount Marty last year. We'll take a break here on KYNT. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, start our post-game show from Aztec. Back after this, 1-0 Morningside ends the Lancer season on KYNT.
The easy way to travel is to let Foreman Charters do the driving. Here are some upcoming tours. In June, head for the hills and the famous Medora musical. See the Grand Canyon and other Southwest National Parks in July. Marvel at the glorious colors with the New England Fall Foliage Adventure at the end of September, and kick off the holiday season with a trip to Branson in November. For more on Foreman Charter Tours, go to foremanbus.com.
The Sherco exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any Sherco electric product with the SureLink Pro and EasyR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Practice, meetings, errands, homework. Life doesn't slow down. That's why Yankton Pizza Ranch makes dinner easy. Our buffet is hot, fresh, and ready when you are. Pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken. When your schedule's packed but you still want something delicious, make it a buffet day at Yankton Pizza Ranch, serving daily from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround 'em up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch.
Whoa, that's good.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you started a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at Parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Heartland Humane Society needs your help finding forever homes for over 750 pets. Pets in the shelter's care are fully vaccinated, microchipped, and always great with people. You can help by volunteering to walk a dog or cuddle a cat, by fostering a pet for just the weekend or long term, by making a donation to cover an animal's care, or by choosing adoption. To learn more, visit heartlandhumanesociety.net.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more, all at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, bison, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. The Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake on Highway 52. For more, call 689-3000 or go to themeatlodge.com.
All right, let's go ahead and start off our Aztec post-game show. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Lancers fall here in Lincoln, Nebraska at Sherman Field. Go 0-2 in the GPAC tournament. Fall to number 2-seeded Concordia 4-1 yesterday. Fall to Morningside, the 3-seed in the tournament. 1-0, a complete game and a shutout thrown from Kai Purdy Burton. 129 pitches he threw today, gave up 10 hits, but no runs, and a shutout victory for the redshirt senior. For the Lancers, it was Caden Harris who started the game. 6 innings through 78 pitches, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, faced 26 batters. Jake Stolnak came in and threw the 6th and 7th. 23 pitches through 2 innings, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, faced 7 batters. Aspen Dahl, 1 inning, came in through the 9th. Ended up with 14 pitches, 1 strikeout, and faced 3 batters. Lancers just unable to get it done. The big story of the game, it was either 13 or 14 men left on base today. The Lancers had 10 hits. They were able to get on. Just could not quite get from third to home. A heartbreaking way to end the season for Mount Marty. They were able to get things rolling, but just unable to get that final hit to bring in runs throughout the game. A tough way to end it. We're in the post-game show from Aztec. Those pitching stats from the Meat Lodge. If you want top-quality meat at great prices, head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake, Highway 52. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a couple of more minutes, thank a few more of our sponsors. We'll go over the hitting stats up next. You're listening to KYNT 1-0 Morningside Prevails.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
Runza's grilled chicken sandwiches bring the flavor.
Yeah, but which one's the best?
That's not a fair question.
Barbecue's got Swiss cheese and that sweet smoky sauce.
But the smothered's a whole mood. Swiss cheese, mushrooms, grilled onions.
Then there's the classic simple tomato, lettuce, and mayo. Perfect. You're right. It's impossible to pick.
Try Runza's grilled chicken sandwiches. 100% white meat chicken, however you like it. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Windows down, fresh air in. Winter officially out. You can feel it across the Midwest. Hoodies replacing heavy coats, patios coming back to life, and that first night you stay outside just a little longer than you planned. Spring's your reset. A chance to shake off the cold, reconnect with friends, and get back to what feels good. And that's where Michelob Ultra fits right in. Light, crisp, and refreshing, perfect for yard games, grill nights, or just kicking back as the sun goes down. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
All right, back here in the post-game show from Aztec. Build your career with the group that's built to connect rock to road. Keep going through our final stats here today as the Lancer season comes to a close. 1-0 in the GPAC tournament. Final score to Morningside. Kai Purdy-Burton, the complete game on the mound and 129 pitches for the senior. Go through our hitting stats here. Once again, 1 run is all we saw in this game with 16 combined hits. Morningside had 6, 2 from Maston, 1 from Perez, 1 from Odell, and 2 from Snyder. The 1 run of the game, it was Cade Yasui who was walked in the 5th. By the way, there were 2 outs on the board. The first 2 batters up in the 5th both got out for the Lancers with 2 outs on. Cade Yasui steps up, takes a walk, gets on first. Connor Maston hits a single, advances Yasui to second. Maston stands on first. Romani Perez right after that, RBI single and a deep shot, able to bring in Cade Yasui from second. He rounds third and comes all the way home to score the lone run of the game, and ended up being the winning run here as Morningside holds on to win it in 9. Yasui with the lone run. 1-0, your final. On the other end for the Lancers, 10 hits again. And there was 2 from Liam Forsyth and 2 from Corbett Freeman. Those were the only with multiple, and then all of these Lancers had 1 hit each. Vance, Owens, Vonnegut, Reichen, Sinovic, Galvin. 4 walks today as well. Reichen, Forsyth, Vance, and Freeman all took a walk. Only 4 strikeouts for the Lancers all game. They did a good job of reaching first, second, and third, but never just able to go that last 90 feet. 1-0, your final. We'll come back in a couple more minutes. Thank the rest of our sponsors here today covering Mount Marty Lancer baseball, and we'll come back, give out our final awards here tonight. Our player of the game, move of the game as well. And thank the seniors for this Lancer class. Back in another couple of minutes in the Aztec postgame show. 102.1 FM, AM 1450, Lancer baseball. 1-0 final to Morningside on KYNT.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
Move with Mason.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless cocktails. Less is more.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
Save big money on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Menards has a huge selection of bagged concrete and mortar mixes. Great for any project. Whether you're pouring a walkway, a concrete slab, or setting a post. View our entire selection of concrete mixes and supplies in store and on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
All right, back here in the Aztec post-game show. Build your career with a group that's built to connect rock to road. Once again, the Lancer season comes to a close this evening after a fast-moving 1-0 ball game. Only took about 2 hours and around 15 minutes of game time here. Morningside does beat Mount Marty 1-0. Your final score, Lancers leave 14 on, get 10 hits, just not able to get that run in when it's all said and done. The tying run was on base. Mount Marty just unable to bring him in. Our final player and move of the game today, our move of the game for Mason Schramm. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. For the Lancers, I feel like that's got to be Jake Stolnak's just 2 innings of pitched, especially when he came in and threw that 7th inning. Caden Harris threw the first 6. Stolnak came in for the Lancers through the 7th after that, struck out his first 2 batters, and then a ground out throw from the third baseman over to first Those first 2 Ks for Jake Stolnak, back-to-back strikeouts to start his day. Faced only 7 batters through 2 innings. Stolnak, those 2 Ks to start it off. Our move of the game from Mason Schramm. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. And our players of the game provided today by Avera. Brought to you by Avera Health. Visit avera.org today. 14 seniors for the Lancers. We'll honor there as they wrap up their Mount Marty careers here today. We'll roll through them. Liam Bates, Jalen Owens, Danny Massara, Liam Forsyth, Daniel Vonnegut, Zach Lucian, Tyler Vance, Carson Krukman, Willis Robertson, Cade Sudbeck, Jake Stolnak, and Aspen Dahl, alongside Cale Blowett, and Zach Clark, the 14 seniors for the Mount Marty University Lancers, the Avera players of the game. Brought to you by Avera Health. Visit avera.org today. We're going to take one final break here in our post-game show. We're going to come back and wrap things up here in just a moment. You're listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450. Back to wrap things up from Lincoln, Nebraska on KYNT.
What if your next big adventure isn't out there on the road? What if it's already waiting right at home? That kitchen you've been dreaming of, extra room to grow, or the family trip you've pictured long ago. Your home's equity can fuel it all. When your plans become a must, Explorers Credit Union. Built steady, built for us. Insured by NCUA. Call 800-491-4309 and put your equity to work for you today.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless Cocktails. Less is more.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to. Long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service. And even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
Stop in and see what's new this spring at Lewis & Clark Ford in Yankton, where a new season means a new way to drive forward. Whether you're shopping for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, or scheduling service and maintenance, we're here to help make your experience easy and enjoyable. Whether you're upgrading your ride or keeping it running strong, it's all in one place at Lewis & Clark Ford. Stop in at 4th and Capitol or visit us at lewisandclarkford.com. Lewis & Clark Ford, the deals you want, the Ford you love.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories, like Brett on the way to his wedding when a flat tire left him stranded. The clock was ticking, his bride waiting. He made one call, and a Les Schwab service truck was there to save the day. Brett was back on the road and off to say I do. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires, our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
Having guests coming to Yankton for area graduations? Well, the two best choices are easy: the Fairfield by Marriott and the Holiday Inn Express. Enjoy comfortable rooms, free breakfast, gathering rooms, pool, and more. With graduation season coming up from Mount Marty, USD, and Yankton High School, rooms are filling fast, so don't wait. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or the Holiday Inn Express in Yankton to lock in great rates and stress-free reservation changes.
All right, back here on that Aztec post-game show, build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Just got word from Coach Tykro. They just are breaking up the huddle for the Lancers as their season ends. He'll be coming up to talk with us for post-game here in just a moment. Give the final thoughts on this season as it comes to a close here in Lincoln, Nebraska at Sherman Field. So once again, 1-0 was the final as the Lancer season will come to a close here in the second day of the GPAC tournament. Lancers go 10-18. They earn the 7 seed in the tournament for back-to-back years. Last year advancing all the way to the tournament championship game. This year do go 0-2 in the tournament, but a valiant effort against the number 2 and 3 seeds in the tournament. You know, last night taking Concordia 4-1 was the final score there, gave the number 2 seed quite a game there, and a late one last night here at Sherman Field. Morningside, the 3 seed, they took a loss to Dakota Wesleyan yesterday, and they come in and throw a complete game to Sky Purdy Burton, and one heck of a game there. Morningside will advance to take on Dakota Wesleyan, about a half hour away from first pitch on that one. Coverage on the GPAC network, of course. As Coach Tyker is walking up right here, give us final thoughts on the season and going into the off season. And then the winner of Dakota Wesleyan Morningside will be taking on Concordia tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock. And here comes the head coach of the Lancers now in Josh Tyker. Coach, you know, a tough way to end the season, obviously, in the GPAC tournament. We had a long huddle with the guys over there, I assume just letting them know you love them. What did that huddle look like?
Yeah, it's always tough to finish. You know, the end always is abrupt, and definitely proud of how we competed down the stretch. I mean, we fought hard in every game, and always proud of that. Had a lot of seniors, too, that made big impacts, not just on the field, but just within our program, and I'm definitely going to miss them and thanking them.
You have 14 of those guys. I was just going to ask you, it's an impactful class and a lot of guys that see a lot of playing time, and even guys that, even though they didn't quite play, had massive impacts on the program, like a guy like Cale Blowett, who was the PA announcer the last few years, Zach Clark, who actually worked with me quite a lot, helping us put on these broadcasts, and guys that just did so much behind the scenes. It was a good class.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what they did on the field, you know, they were incredible people and made a bigger impact than the game itself, and that's really what it's about, and that's a big part of our talk too, is just how close you become with your teammates, and, you know, like with us as a coaching staff too. It's a brotherhood, and that's something that, you know, lasts forever, and definitely appreciative of that.
And Coach, obviously it's maybe too early to ask, but going into the off season now, going into fall ball next year, you'll have a new class of freshmen coming in. These young guys that you had out here, going to be a year older and more experienced. Going into the off season, what do you think are some of the things that you and your staff are going to be most focused on?
I honestly haven't even thought about that yet. That's coming. Just really trying to be in the moment with this group. You know, I love every one of them, and I'm very grateful for every one of them, and you know, and just leaving this place better than they found it. It's something that we talk about often, and I know it's cliche, and you hear a lot of people say it, but a lot of these seniors definitely made a huge impact, and just trying to cherish, you know, those moments that we have, you know, as we're together here. So,
well, Coach, as we sign off for the final time here for 26, I want to take a moment and thank you myself just for coming up and talking every single game, pregame, postgame, and some of the stuff behind the scenes, like you're the one who's securing my hotel for me last night. Just all of that stuff you don't see. Thank you very much for the work you put in with me and helping get all this word out to Lancer fans as well.
Yeah, and thank you too. I mean, your coverage and just the spotlight that we can put on our athletes and what's going on and our games and our season, it's pretty special. So very grateful for you and the entire crew. So yes, thank you.
Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
And that's going to do it for our broadcast here today as we wrap things up from Sherman Field in Lincoln, Nebraska. The GPAC tournament comes to the close for the Mount Marty Lancers. Go 0-2 here tonight and wrap things up. We'll be heading back to Yankton now. Have a recap tomorrow morning, of course, on the Totally Yankton Morning Show with Jeff, as we now take you back to our regularly scheduled programming on KYNT. And that'll do it for the athletics season of 2025-2026 for myself, as well as now the off season is here for me too. I've been here covering football, volleyball, men's, women's basketball, baseball here. Over 100 ball games this season I've had the pleasure of being on the mic for, and so many different people that I've been able to work with over the last 5 years of doing this job with Mount Marty, and I'm very much looking forward to year number 6 starting next fall. We've got a lot in the works and a few more things being added to the docket next season. I'm excited to share with y'all when that time comes, but for the moment, we're going to sign off for the final time. Thank you to everybody who has helped us put on these broadcasts throughout the athletic season of 25-26 across all sports. Andy Bernardo and Jason Nelson in the front office, and of course all of the head and assistant coaches that we work with on a daily basis. Derek Nelson, who's not only the assistant coach for baseball, but the sports information director at Mount Marty I work with very closely. Braden Butler, Josh Bolter at KYNT helping us put on all of these games. Everybody who I've been on the mic with, Cooper Canick, who did a couple of these games with me in the baseball season this year, and everybody in between. Thank you all for tuning in to Mount Marty Lancer Athletics. Thank you to Daniel back at the booth right now holding things down. That's going to do it for the year. For the final time, I've been Tehl Tanner. This has been Mount Marty Athletics on KYNT. We'll see you next season. Good night, 2025-26.
Thank you for listening to Lancer Athletics on KYNT, a Riverfront sports property and Yankton's home team. Be sure to subscribe to the KYN-TV YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you never miss the action. You can also find KYNT on Facebook, X, Instagram, and online. Remember, KYNT is your home for Lancer Athletics.